about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to
Skeeters baseball.
Deep to left field, going back to the track, to the wall, and he got it all.
After missing the playoffs last year, the Skeeters look to get back to their winning ways as they strive to win it all again this season.
Holy cow!
Follow the Skeeters all season long as they drive for the 2018 Atlantic League Championship.
I don't believe what I just saw!
The Skeeters' new skipper, Pete Incaviglia, and his boys are primed to win it all as they look to claim the second title in franchise history.
Sugarland! It doesn't get any sweeter!
This is a live presentation of Sugarland Skeeters Baseball. Skeeters Baseball begins now.
And look who's coming up.
So let's go to the broadcast booth with the voice of the Sugarland Skeeters, Ira Liebman.
Welcome to Sugarland, Texas. We are live at Constellation Field, home of your Sugarland Skeeters, where tonight in Game 3 of a 3-game series, the Skeeters and the Bees will go at it. The series tied at 1 game apiece after a dramatic walk-off win yesterday. The Skeeters got their 70th win of the season. They are 70-36, the best record by far in the Atlantic League. They are actually 8.5 games better than the Barnstormers for the second best overall record. Skeeters looking for their 30th win here in the second half. They're 29-14, and the Skeeters are 5 games up on the second place Barnstormers. The Freedom Division first half champs will take on the Bees, who are 55-41, chasing a very long shot wild card spot. They are 5th overall in record. They are in 3rd place in the Liberty Division after last night's loss. It was a big one. They find themselves 6 games back of the front-running Ducks. They are 22-21. Skeeters will send out their right-hander, one of 3 7-game winners the Skeeters have. Connor Wade, the right-hander, 7-4 with a .352 ERA against fellow righty Devin Burke for the Bees, who is 3-1 with a .443 ERA. Game number 107 of the season, home game number 59. Hi, I'm Ira Liebman. The Skeeters, a walk-off win in the bottom of the 10th yesterday, a 2-1 victory. It was a great game. Skeeters got their run in the first. So they scored in the first and last inning, and they won the game. In the first inning, it was just a sac fly by Juan Silverio, and that held up until the 6th inning as several Skeeters pitchers pitched at that point. The Skeeters had 9 in all, but it was the newest member of the Skeeters, Michael Merritt, who went 2 innings, and Craig Sitton. Then it went to Mark Haynes, Dan Runzler, Gene Monchi, Derek Luke, Felipe Paulino, and finally Vicente Campos, who got the win. But it was a great game. And really on the other side of that, the right-hander Kyle Simon, it was Simon Says last night. He was phenomenal, allowing just that 1 run. The New Britain Bees got a run in the 6th inning, also a sac fly by leadoff hitter and former big leaguer with the Giants, Darren Ford. And it stayed that way until the 10th. And then leading off the 10th with their closer on the mound, Evan Schreiber, Dennis Phipps, first batter of the 10th inning, hit the foul pole down the left side. Even as I called the home run, I didn't realize it hit the pole. It looked like it was going to leave by plenty, and it did, but it hits the foul pole. Skeeters win in walk-off fashion in 10 innings. So Skeeters now 6-3 in extra frames, and the Bees are 6-2. Well, speaking of the Bees, their pitching coach, kind of an unsung hero, a guy who played in the big leagues with the Indians, Twins, Royals, and Mets, and he is also a New Britain native, so very interesting playing under former Met Wally Backman, and that's Goose Gozzo. They call him Goose, and we come back. We'll hear from Goose Gozzo here on the Skeeters pregame show in just a moment.
So there I was, just minding my own business when a hit and run. This guy came out of nowhere, bam, and he just kept going. Thankfully, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance was there with the right auto coverage for how and where I drive. So I was on my way in no time to witness the hit and run that really matter.
Now that's a moment worth covering. 877 Farm Bureau.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Find stories that will inspire and surprise. Cooperstown is where you, your family, and your friends can relive baseball's greatest moments and honor the all-time greats of the game. See all that the Hall of Fame and Museum has to offer and plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
Hey, Skeeters fans, if you're a senior, 55 or over, we have a great deal for you. Join our Silver Skeeters Club presented by Advanced Hearing Center. Silver Skeeters Club members receive admission to 9 Skeeters home games, free drink coupons on game days, exclusive VIP events, and much more. If you're a Skeeters fan aged 55 or over, don't miss out on this great opportunity. For more information, go online to sugarlandskeeters.com.
Shut up and sit down.
Welcome back to the Skeeters pregame show. Ira Liebman here with former big leaguer with the Twins, Mets, Indians, and Blue Jays. Also pitching coach here for the New Britain Bees. Now you're actually from New Britain. What's it like for you to be the pitching coach in your hometown you grew up in?
Well, it's definitely convenient. I've seen that park go from Beehive Stadium, which is next door, to the New Britain Stadium now, and watched the likes of Roger Clemens and people like that came through there. I got drafted out of high school in a local town right next door to it, so I've always followed what's going on in that stadium.
So do you know the legend of Steve Delkowski? Any inside information that you know that others don't?
Well, all I keep hearing about is he threw a ball and it went through a chain link fence. I mean, that's what I hear. This is, I guess, pre-radar days and stuff, but I've always heard that he was the fastest pitcher ever that didn't have any control and threw the ball through a chain link fence. So if that's all you have on him, I guess we're equal on that.
Of course, where the legendary Nuke LaLoosh character was based off in Bill Durham. Talk a little about, you grew up in the Connecticut area as a Long Islander. I know that's Connecticut's kind of hotbed. Sometimes there are Red Sox fans, there are Yankees fans, Met fans. What did you grow up as?
So I was a Cincinnati Reds fan because watching TV back then, watching the sports on the TV, you watched whatever they showed, and the Reds would always be in the World Series, it seemed like, in the 70s when I was, becoming a sports fan, if you will, and the Pete Rose and Johnny Bench and the Big Red Machine. So I was a Reds fan, but where I live in Connecticut and central Connecticut area, it's a total divide of the Red Sox and the Yankees. You go further north, you get a little bit more Red Sox, but you still have Yankees. You go south, and it's vice versa.
We're speaking to Goose Gozzo, the pitching coach for the New Britain Bees. Now, how did you come to New Britain to play under manager Wally Backman?
Well, I was involved in tournament baseball for a long time after I retired. I've always trained players, and I was in kind of the corporate, I should say the corporate part of baseball, where it was selling tournaments and running facilities and stuff like that. And I've always wanted to get back into development. When Wally got the announces the job, I tried to get in touch with Wally, let him know that I was local, and if something came up, I would love to help him out. And sure enough, he calls the day before spring training started and said, hey, if you're interested, let's do it. And that's how we hooked up.
Of course, you were a 13th round pick of the Mets in '84. Was there a kind of a basic connection there with that Wally all those years with the Mets?
Well, I think there's a connection naturally whenever you guys play, whenever guys play in the same organization, the same people, and it's easy to have conversation about that era and everything. Obviously, Wally's a little bit ahead of me as far as, when he became a Met, and then obviously he got to the New York Mets as his first major league team, and it was actually I was part of the organization when they did go to the World Series. I had left and got traded a couple of times, once in the David Cohn trade, and then I came back in my latter years of playing with the Mets. But we still knew the same people and had the same path.
Talking about coming up, your second year, your first year as a pro, the full season, you're 11-4 with a 2.54 ERA for Columbia in the Sally League. Take us through that year.
Well, in 1985, the first time that I played full season A, I came off of, like I said, a high school draftee. I played instructional league. I had a pretty good instructional league. They gave me a shot to make a mid-level A team. I became the closer, and it seemed like right off the bat, I ended up off to a very, very good start. I got some wins early in some tie ball games. I ended up vulturing some wins, and I ended up, getting several saves, made the All-Star team and everything, and it was a great year. It got me set and going on my career.
We're speaking to former big leaguer and Bees pitching coach Goose Gozzo. Now in '86, when the Mets were in the World Series, you're in Lynchburg, which was my first broadcasting job. But you're with guys like Greg Jeffries and some of those guys that became kind of after that World Series team. What were some of the guys you played with, and what were those teams like coming up?
Well, I played with David West. I played with Greg Jeffries. I played with Steve Phillips that year. Steve Phillips was there. He ended up being the GM for the Mets for a while. So a lot of history with the Mets, throughout the 80s, I'm going to say the mid-80s going into
Hello, Shane.
the late 80s.
I have our first winner of the night. This is Jonathan,
really
and he is already winner thanks to Air Plumbing. All right, Jonathan, you have won that plunger, but that's not all. You see those two big yellow foul poles out there.
Trade, but I was
if any
scheduled
Skeeters
to go
player
to
hits the ball out of that during the
3 days
game,
before,
you will be the winner of
spring training was
$500.
out.
And Shane,
I got a
do we have
tap
a
on
holiday
the shoulder
cleaners
from our
clean up
minor
out of the
league
game
director
tonight?
and said, you've been traded, and the whole bit, and it crushed me. Here you are. At that time, I think I was a 20-year-old kid. My dream was to play with the New York Mets because it was a local team, and it didn't work out that way right then, but it gave me the opportunity to get to the big leagues a little bit later.
It does work out for you. AA and AAA that year with Toronto. You're 12-1, a 2.87 ERA. Kind of describe yourself as a pitcher.
So I consider myself, a horse, if you will. I ate up a lot of innings. If they asked me to short relieve, I was able to do that with my mix of pitches. If I was, I bounced back really good. So, they were able to spot start me. In the minor league, sometimes it's, you take what they give you. But I ate up a lot of innings for a lot of those teams and the organizations that I played for, and I think I got a reputation of being durable, versatile, and I think that's what got me to the big leagues.
We're speaking to Beast pitching coach Goose Gozzo. Now you get called up later that year. You go 4-1 with the Jays. Take us through that first game. You win your very first start. Talk about the whole game coming up. Your first batter, your first strikeout, and really just coming up.
Best year of my life, no doubt. I think I was at my peak. I threw the ball as good as I could with all my pitches. Ozzie Virgil was my AAA catcher. He told me just do the same thing, go up there. I went up there with the likes of Ernie Whitby and my catcher. Whatever finger he put down, I threw that pitch. I trusted him. I had a 7-0 shutout. My first hit was to Harold Baines. I think Pete Incaviglia was my first strikeout.
Oh, no kidding.
That game anyways. But Pete Incaviglia was on that team. Bobby Valentine was their manager for the Texas Rangers. And I ended up going 7 shutout innings.
Now that's kind of the precursor team to the team that would eventually win back-to-back World Series in '92 and '93, the Jays. You're on that team with Bell, Mosby, Barfield, Fred McGriff. I mean, how good was that team even then?
That team was really good. Obviously, that was back when only one team would make the playoffs per division. You had American League East and American League West, and the two top teams played against each other in the playoffs, and that was us against the Oakland A's. This is 1989. That's the year of the earthquake, the bridge, and so. If you were to kind of equate it to nowadays, we would have definitely been a wild card team, for several years in a row and possibly get a World Series maybe a little bit before that. But that was definitely probably the best major league team that I played with.
This means a former big leaguer and Beast pitching coach Goose Gozzo. Now, you move on to the Indians in '90 and '91, and you're with another team that's coming up at the time, the early Indians with Albert Bell, Greg Swindell, Bud Black. Talk about how good that team was, and could you see how good they talked about recently, maybe the best team that never won, but how good were they really?
Yeah, very good young team. You saw John Hart build a team with a lot of youngsters. I was actually in the Bud Black trade, and that's how I got to Cleveland. Bud Black went over to Toronto, and I went down to Cleveland. And so, I saw the Mark Wittens come in there, the Baergas, the Joey Bells, Albert Bells. So I saw them, Alomar, I saw them, and I was kind of in that group, if you will, if I was able to produce. But I they tried to change me to what kind of pitcher I was. I was a sinker, slider, forkball guy, and they wanted me to be a four-seam curveball changeup guy. So it took a little adjusting, so I didn't have as quite a good year in spring and all that stuff. So it didn't work out for as long as they would have liked, and I'm sure I would have liked as well to be in Cleveland.
We're speaking to pitching coach for the Bees, Goose Gozzo. In '92, you're with the Twins, another good team. Seems like either a little too early or right after teams that won the World Series. This is '92, the year after the Twins win the World Series. You were still with guys like Chuck Knobloch and Kirby Puckett and Ken Herbeck, and your manager is Tom Kelly. Pretty good deep group right there.
Yeah, so basically, Ira, we're going over my career, and that's pretty good. I mean, I could, when you play long enough, you get to play with some of these guys. I was fortunate enough to play with, parts of 6 seasons on 4 different major league clubs. So, you understand what a superstar is. You understand what a really good manager is. You understand what good organizations are. I think that's given me a lot of life experiences to be able to share it with people like yourself, and then people, the younger guys that I'm trying to kind of tutor along, whether it's a kid trying to become a baseball player or a professional baseball player trying to get to a higher level. I've been blessed, to be honest with you. I mean, of course, I could have had a better career, but this is my path, and this is what I want to do, and I just thank everybody that has given me a little bit along the way to where I could share it with other people.
What was it kind of like? Your last stop is in '93 and '94 with the Mets. You get drafted by them. Now you're with the team that was a local team for you, and it must have been a pitcher's dream. You're with Doc Good and Brett Saberhagen, 3 Cy Youngs between those 2 guys, Hall of Famer Eddie Murray.
Yep. No, it was awesome. It was like living home. It was like this job now that I have. It was like basically living home, having good home cooked meals. My wife had a really good place to go when we were on the road. It was a dream job. I mean, I would have loved to stay there. I would have stayed there for less money if that ever got to the point with me, but the strike really hurt me. In '94, it was basically the end of my major league career. I was probably in the top 50% of pitchers that year between starts and at-bats and relief appearances and all that, and I thought I was doing okay, but they looked to upgrade. They were looking to upgrade a little bit, so obviously, the strike, they took me off the roster. Basically, I didn't have to pass through waivers or anything like that, so I became a free agent. And then you had to make that decision whether you wanted to be a scab and cross the line, or you wanted to, stay with the union or whatever. And I stayed with the union, and I tried to. I was opening day starter the very next year for the Des Moines, Iowa Cubs, and was looking to try to get called up when the season finally started after the strike. It didn't happen, and that's when I kind of took my retirement and ended up trying to have kids and married and have a normal life and all that. So that was the end of my career.
Speaking of pitching coach for the Bees, Goose Gozzo, the last question I want to ask you, while you're there with the Mets, incident with Ryan Thompson, a bench clearing brawl, it makes the cover of Sports Illustrated. Take us through that whole scene.
Well, again, you mentioned the superstars and all the people that, fans will remember the rest of their life and all that stuff. Well, the Braves were the next up-and-coming team. I think at that time they've already won like 11 straight divisions. So anytime the Braves came in town, the Mets, showed up. The Mets fans showed up, and we had not a capacity crowd, but we had a pretty good crowd. It was John Smoltz pitching for the Braves. I'm pitching for the Mets. I guess John Smoltz just didn't have it that day. But he gave up a grand slam to Ryan Thompson, make it 7-0. John Cangelosi's the very next batter up. He gets plucked, and the next thing you know, we're charging the mound. I was one of the first ones there on the mound, but when all the dust settled, the guy at the bottom of the pile was Bobby Cox. He was out there protecting his players. He was out there protecting his pitcher. It was just, you saw what a real team is, and what a guy that had 2 very bad knees would do for those guys, and I could see why they played very hard for him.
Former big leaguer and Bees pitching coach Goose Gozzo back here on the Skeeters pregame show in just a moment.
Hey Skeeters fans, if you're a senior, 55 or over, we have a great deal for you. Join our Silver Skeeters Club presented by Advanced Hearing Center. Silver Skeeters Club members receive admission to 9 Skeeters home games, free drink coupons on game days, exclusive VIP events, and much more. If you're a Skeeters fan aged 55 or over, don't miss out on this great opportunity. For more information, go online to sugarlandskeeters.com.
Has your home or commercial insurance claim been denied or underpaid? At Morgan Elite Specialist Services, we know that the insurance claim process can be stressful. Our public adjusters have the experience to make this process as smooth, easy, and comfortable as possible, so you can get on with enjoying the things you're protecting. Learn more by visiting us online at messtx.com. That's MESSTX.com. Or call us today at 855-445-3404. We truly look forward to meeting you.
Every Saturday home game at Constellation Field will feature a giveaway or a post-game concert for fans in attendance. Giveaway nights include such items as hats, SWATs and Star Wars bobbleheads, a Tracy McGrady bobblehead, and much, much more. While the post-game concerts feature artist 80s sensation The Spasmatics, country bands with Roger Krieger and Jack Ingram, and even a Jimmy Buffett cover band. For a full lineup, visit SugarlandSkeeters.com for more information. Sugarland Skeeters, it's more than baseball.
Well, Shane, this is Josie, and she is ready to get this game going. Take it away.
Play ball.
Welcome back to Constellation Field. Time to take a look at the starting lineup for the visiting New Britain Bees. Former big leaguer Darren Ford in center. He'll be at the top spot. Former Duck and Blue Crab Angelo Sanco, recently acquired by the Bees, is the DH batting second. Dave Benson Romero at third. Bats third. The cleanup hitter Jason Rogers, former big leaguer, would be at first. Javon Rosa in left, batting fifth. Jamar Walton in right, bats sixth. Batting seventh, Jonathan Galvez at second. Ryan Wagner, the catcher, bats eighth. And Vincente Condi is batting ninth. He'll be at short. Defensively for the Skeeters, Barrett Barnes in left, Anthony Jansanti in center, Luke Dykstra in right. Around the infield diamond, Juan Silvero at third, Alvaro Rondon at short. His double play partner, Daniel Robertson. At first, it's Matt Chavez. Catching is Albert Cordero. And on the mound, Skeeters right-hander Connor Wade. Wade is 7-4 with a 3.52 ERA. 23 games, 17 starts, 109 2/3, 62 Ks, just 16 walks, allowing 124 hits. The 26-year-old right-hander is 6 foot 198 from Scottsdale, Arizona, drafted twice. First in 2000 by the Rockies. That was out of Arizona. Then in the 15th round in the following season, that was first out of high school, then out of the University of Arizona. The first pitch from the right-hander Wade. This one is a strike down the middle, 0-1, and we're underway. Game 3 of a 3-game series, also Game 3 of a 10-game homestand. Skeeters so far splitting the series with the Bees at 1 game apiece. The 0-1 way inside, 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Ford 272, 7 home runs, 37 RBIs. He is 5th in the league in runs scored with 65. He is tied for 30 stolen bases in the Atlantic League with Skeeters' Alvaro Rondon. This one is a strike at the knees. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Ford last night was 0 for 3 with a sac fly RBI. Well, Wade is up and down the leaderboard. He is 3.52 ERA, ranks 8th in the league, and his 109 2/3 innings pitched ranks 8th as well. This one is served into left center field. That's going to be a base hit. The speedy Ford aboard, and there is 1 on with none out for Angelo Sanco. Sanco yesterday 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. Wade versus New Britain this year, 1 start, 1 relief appearance. In fact, his first appearance of the year before he was in the starting rotation. The Skeeters won on opening day 4-0. Wade went 2 scoreless innings, allowing just 1 hit and striking out 1. And then the next time he faced the Bees was as a starter, and that was much later in the season. Get to it right after this pitch. This one is a ball outside. 1 ball and no strikes to count here. Well, the next start was on July 25th. That was at New Britain in the Skeeters' 7-0 win. He went 6 innings, did not allow a run on 7 hits, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. And he threw 88 pitches that game, 58 for strikes. Wade has only been over 100 pitches once. That was exactly 100 pitches. That was 2 starts ago in a 2-0 loss to Somerset. Went 100 pitches, 64 for strikes. Last 3 starts for Connor Wade, 1-1 with a 1.42 ERA in 19 innings, 14 hits, 4 walks, and 11 strikeouts. Connor deals this one low. 2 balls and no strikes to count here to Angelo Sanko. 333 so far for Sanko. No home runs, no RBIs, just coming over from the Blue Crabs recently. Now, pitchers with at least 90 innings. Wade's 16 walks are the fewest by any pitcher in the Atlantic League. The All-Star this year at home is 3-2 with a 3.34 ERA. On the road, 4-2 with a 3.78 ERA. As this one is fouled off to the left side. 2 balls in 1 strike to count. 1 on, none out, just underway here, top of the first. Ira Liebman here. Wind blowing in from left center. Bit of an overcast day, so actually fortunate for the outfielders. Usually that sun is blaring, especially into the left fielder's eyes at this point of the day with the earlier start here at 6:05. Throw to first. Ford dives back in head first. Weather right now a little bit cooler. It was extremely humid yesterday, 89 degrees. The humidity is at 59%, and a southeast wind of 13 miles an hour means it is blowing in from left center field like usual. Another throw to first. This time Ford scampers back standing up. A little bit more on Connor Wade. Coming into this season, had a lifetime record of 29-35 with a 4.05 ERA, and he was an all-tournament selection in 2012. And now they got Ford trapped between first and second. The throw back to first, and he's out. About halfway down, he knew he was going to get nailed at second. Got a terrible jump. And then he tried to go back to first, and he was tagged out by Matt Chavez, so that'll go down 2-6-3 on the caught stealing. And if you're saying, well, why is it a caught stealing? He was going back to first. Once you break towards second, it's a caught stealing. When you dive back in head first or dive back into first at any point, trying to get back to first base and don't make it, it's a pickup. But once you make that move towards second, it's a caught stealing. This one is fouled off to the left side. 2-2 here on Angelo Sanko. Wade, a fairly quick worker, gets the sign here from Cordero. He's going to set up inside, and Wade deals the 2-2. This one is hit down the left field line in foul territory. Let's see if Silverio has room, and he does. Just before the stands, and actually Alvaro Rondon, who was chasing that one, he actually jumps over the fence into the first row to stop his momentum. So a foul out is the second out. 2 outs, none on for Davidson Romero. Romero, 263, 15 home runs, 65 RBIs. He was the hero in Game 1, the 8-3 victory for the Bees. He hit a home run, he is 15th. He had 3 hits, he drove in 4 and scored 2. Overall, 263, those 15 home runs and 65 RBIs. He is tied for first in the league in extra base hits with 38. He is third in doubles with 23. Ground ball to short, nice easy inning for Wade. Rondon to Chavez, grabs it nonchalantly by his waist, and that will do it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base, an unconventional 1-2-3. Bees do not score here in the top of the first. Skeeters coming to bat for the first time when we return.
Has your home or commercial insurance claim been denied or underpaid? At Morgan Elite Specialist Services, we know that the insurance claim process can be stressful. Our public adjusters have the experience to make this process as smooth, easy, and comfortable as possible, so you can get on with enjoying the things you're protecting. Learn more by visiting us online at messtx.com. That's MESSTX.com. Or call us today at 855-445-3404. We truly look forward to meeting you.
This is Skeeters broadcaster Will Scott.
Well, Shane, this is Logan, and he is ready to race against Swatson. All right, Logan, go ahead and take your spot at first base. Swatson's got his lead. Are you ready to go? Okay, on your mark. Get set. Go.
Be sure to join the
and Logan is off, running fast, already almost round in second, but Swatson's making his way to third. He gets to third, and Swatson, you got to keep running. You can't get distracted like that because Logan is too fast, and he ran right past you to win the race. Better luck next time. Back up to you, Shane.
The perfect way to go outside and be active. Your family will enjoy the thrill of a trampoline that keeps them safe and engaged all year long, right in your backyard. Visit us in Katy or online at www.springfreetrampoline.com. Smart in safety, smart in quality, smart in innovation. Spring Free Trampoline.
Time to take a look at the starting lineup for your Sugarland Skeeters. Barrett Barnes will lead it off. He'll be in left. Anthony Jansanti bats second. He'll be in center. The catcher, Albert Cordero, bats third. Cleanup hitter, Juan Silverio, is at third. Matt Chavez at first, bats fifth. Dennis Phipps bats sixth. He'll be the DH. Shortstop, Alvaro Rondon bats seventh. Batting eighth, Luke Dykstra in right. And batting ninth, second baseman Daniel Robertson. Barnes comes in 259. 12 home runs and 48 RBIs. Defensively, it is Javon Rosa in left, Darren Ford in center, Jamal Walton in right. Around the infield, Davidson Romero at third, Vicente Condi at short, Jonathan Galvez at second, Jason Rogers at first, Ryan Wagner the catcher, and on the mound, right-hander Devin Burke. First pitch, a ball here to Barnes. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Burke, 3-1, a 4.43 ERA. This is his 21st game. Just his 6th start, however. 46 2/3. He has struck out 35 and walked 14 while allowing 44 hits. The 2-0 here from Burke to Barrett. This one is low and away. 3 balls and no strikes. He's a 27-year-old right-hander Burke, 6 foot 205 from New York City. Signed by the Rockies in 2013 as an undrafted free agent out of Virginia Tech. Last 3 starts, 1-1 with a 4.91 ERA. Burke making his first start against the Skeeters this season. The 3-1 to Barnes. This one a strike on the outside corner. Barnes ready to flip the bat away, shaking his head on a ball low and away, and I don't blame him. Umpires for today, Jesse Moreno is the one calling balls and strikes behind the dish. It is Eric Davis at first, and the third base umpire is Bill Worthington. Barnes took a long walk around the batter's box, really had ball 4. Let's see if it's a close pitch, if he gets the advantage there. This one is swung and fouled off. I guess you can't afford not to swing at a close pitch after being called back on ball 4. 3 balls and 2 strikes, so Barnes hanging tough. We'll see his 7th pitch. Burke on the road this year, 2-1 with a 3.38 ERA, at home 1-0 with a 5.56 ERA, and that one way outside. Ball 4 anyway, so Barnes goes down to first. First walk of the game for Burke, and Barnes always amongst the league leaders in walks. In fact, he came in third in the Atlantic League in walks with 60. Well, in steps Anthony Jansanti. Anthony, 292, 15 home runs, 49 RBIs. 15 home runs, but he has not hit a home run in 15 games. We'll see if Jansanti can get off the schneid, as they say. Now, that's like all power hitters. You're going to hit them in bunches. He'll hit, 4 and 5 nights and right back where you want to be. Very rarely do you see home run hitters just every couple of games. Not a guy who hits like Giancarlo Stanton hitting 59. You basically have to hit one, once every 2.5 games. But you don't see a guy that hits 20 or 30 home runs. That it's generally spread out evenly. 2 or 3 every week. It's usually 5 games in a row, and then none for 10 games, and then 3 games where you have 5 home runs. It's just the way home run hitters are, hitting them in bunches. They always say home run hitters are like bananas, always in bunches. The 2-0. This one is, wow, I don't know where that one was. Right down the heart of the plate, called a ball. This might be a long one with Jesse Moreno. 3 balls and no strikes to count. He already missed ball 4 once to Barnes. Now misses a strike for Burke. The 3-0. This one, same spot, called a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike to count. Good hit and run here. Barnes with great speed, taking a much bigger lead at first. And Jansanti makes pretty good contact. The 3-1 is hit into center field. Charging it is Ford. Still coming on. He's going to play it on a hop. Barnes have to hustle to get into second. He does. And the Skeeters in business here. First and second with nobody out for Albert Cordero. Derek Norris left last night's game with a knee injury. Cordero might be doing the catchy for the foreseeable future. There's no move so far, but if Derek Norris is put on the shelf, Skeeters might have to shop for a catcher quickly. Can't play with one catcher. Anything happens to Cordero, they'd be in big trouble. One steps Albert, 300 on the nose, 10 home runs, 54 RBIs. Good opportunity here for some more ribbies with first and second, and nobody out here in the bottom of the first, no score. Switch hitter batting here from the left side. The right-hander deals low, 1-0. Cordero was supposed to be the DH yesterday, but came in to catch, and the Skeeters lost the DH because Cordero went from DH to the catching spot. So a bunch of pinch hitters went up there in the form of pitchers, including tonight's starter Connor Wade made a pinch hit appearance. So did James Russell, who will be pitching tomorrow. This one is a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Cordero yesterday was 0 for 3 with a sac bunt. Wasn't a lot of hits yesterday, just 4 for the Skeeters, including the game-winning walk-off by the Skeeters' Dennis Phipps. Bees had 3 hits. They had 1 run in the 2-1 Skeeters 10-inning walk-off win. The 1-1. Swan and foul tipped into the mitt of Ryan Wagner. 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Albert. A little bit more on Burke. Burke starting and struggling as a starter, 1-0 with a 4.94 ERA. In relief, he's 2-0 with a 3.72 ERA. They set up outside. The 1-2 here to Cordero. Swung and fouled off deep down the left side. Count remains 1-2 on number 3. Burke had spent 4 years in the affiliated organization of the Rockies from 2013 through 2016, peaking as high as AAA. Career record coming into this season, 18-24 with a 4.31 ERA. That's in 92 games, 46 of them start, so exactly half. Even had 2 saves. The 1-2, there go both runners. This one is swung. He hit a bullet and a hot shot to first. Jason Rogers makes a phenomenal play at first. Almost took his head off. It took a wicked hot up, and he had to reach up, grab it before it hit him in the face. So it's going to be a 3 unassisted putout. Lucky for that, great hands by Rogers. That acts as a bunt, putting runners on second and third. So Barnes is down at third, and Jan Santi on at second, and Juan Silverio will have a chance for a couple of ribbies here. Silverio 310, 5 home runs, 23 RBIs. So in steps Juan. They will concede the run. The infield is playing back. Third and first could come home. Romero and Rogers about even with the third and first base bag, but short and second are back. Kind of surprising because there's no double play in order. Nobody on at first, just second and third. No balls and 1 strike to count here to Silverio. I always talk about it, but it's always worth mentioning just how many ribbies per game. He's got the 23 RBIs in 31 games coming in, and that does not include 3 ribbies he had in the washout in Lancaster. Game only went 2 2/3. This one fouled off into the net to my right. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Burke selected to the Pioneer League postseason All-Star in 2013 after going 5-2 with a 3.21 ERA in 13 games. 5 of them starts with the Grand Junction Rockies. Played 2 seasons at Virginia Tech and at Duke. Went a combined 14-5 with a 4.15 ERA. This one is fouled into the net. Count remains 0-2 here on Juan Silverio. No runs on 1 hit for both sides. Bottom of the first, no score. Get you some scores around the league. Most of the games in the Atlantic League are afternoon games, except for this one because of the heat in Texas. This one is high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Take a look at those scores. Everybody is final except for this game and the Road Warriors and Ducks. Somerset beats the Barnstormers 6-3. Southern Maryland loses to York 10-8. Road Warriors and Ducks tied at 1 in the top half of the 8th. This one hit high in the air to left field. This should be plenty deep enough to get in Barnes. And actually, no, it's not. It comes down in shallow left field. Barnes is going to try it. The throw to plate is in time. Wow, I thought Barnes might have gotten around the tag or the plate. In fact, I thought the home plate Moreno was not going to signal either because if the runner doesn't touch the plate, he cannot signal safe or out. That will be a double play. It'll be a fly out to left, a DP that goes down 7-2, and that will do it. Skeeters at second and third with nobody out. It was worth the chance. Take a perfect throw to get the speedy Barnes, and it was. So through 1 inning of play, there's no score between the Skeeters and the Bees.
So there I was, just minding my own business when a A hit and run. This guy came out of nowhere. Bam! And he just kept going. Thankfully, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance was there with the right auto coverage for how and where I drive. So I was on my way
Thanks,
in
Shane.
no
Yes,
time
I
to
have
witness
4
the hit and
Kids
run.
Club kiddos
That
down
really
here ready to
mattered.
get all dizzy and play some tic-tac-toe. When I say so, my first contestant's going to put their head on the bat on the ground. You're going to spin around 3 times. Once you do that, you're going to grab your letter and run to the board. All right, you guys ready? Get set.
This is
Spin.
Griff, the Lost Cajun, and we're so glad to be in Rosenberg, Texas.
All right, it looks like Timo's going to be the first one. You got to grab your letter. There you go. O goes for the middle spot, and X is following. They've got their letter down. Start spinning, guys. Who's it going to be, Team X or Team O? Close right now.
Hey, what's for
Team
dinner
X
tonight?
is just
That's
going and
probably
throwing
the
letters
hardest
on the
question
board.
we
We're
all
making it
answer
work.
every
It's
day.
okay.
Who
Keep
is the
spinning,
best
guys.
breakfast
Who's
in
going to
the
get the win?
Dine in or take away. They have the best
X tried their very hardest, but it's going to be Team O with the win tonight. Congratulations. You've won Dizzy Bat Tic-Tac-Toe, brought to you by the Kolache Factory. Back up to you, Shane.
Located at 515 FM 359, or for even quicker service or reservations, 281-238-0872. That's 281-238-0872.
Hi, I'm Kim Holstead with Coldwell Banker United Realtors in Sugar Land. Go Skeeters!
Top of the second inning. Couple of runners thrown out in the bottom of the first and the top of the first. It was Barrett Barnes who was thrown at the plate to end the bottom of the first. And the top of the first, it was Darren Ford thrown out trying to steal. So it was an unconventional 1-2-3 inning for Wade. After Ford got the single, then he got a foul out, caught stealing, and a ground out. So it'll be 4, 5, and 6 meet in the order here against Wade. Jason Rogers takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1, followed by Javon Rosa and Jamal Walton. The 0-1. This one is fouled off down the right side. No balls and 2 strikes to count here to Rogers. Rogers, last 10 games hitting .333, going 13 for 39 during that span. No home runs, 4 RBIs. The 0-2 is low and in. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Rogers, last night was 0 for 3 with a walk. Was robbed of maybe a double by Anthony Jansanti in deep center field in his 3rd trip to the plate. The 1-2. Way outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes to count here. Rogers made that great play at first in the bottom of the first. Almost took his head off. It was a hot shot that took a wicked ricochet. Swung right in front of the plate. Cordero will step to the left, threw it to first. There's out number 1. 2-3 on the putout. That'll bring in Javon Rosa. Rosa 261. 4 home runs and 20 RBIs for the right-handed hitting left fielder. No score here in the top of the second inning. All teams with no runs on 1 hit and no errors. Well, Rosa will step in here and be a righty-righty matchup for Wade. Wade gets a sign from Cordero, who will set up outside. And the first pitch is a strike. No balls and 1 strike to count here to Javon Rosa. This one is in the dirt. Scooped out by Cordero. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. No score, top of the second. Rosa plays both the infield and the outfield. This one a check swing, misses inside. They appeal, and they say he went. Good appeal by Cordero. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Rosa, a Connecticut native from East Hartford. Was an all-star last year as a member of the Bees, as well as in 2016 with New Britain. Spent time with Southern Maryland and Bridgeport as well. This one misses, 3 balls and 1 strike. That can't be correct. Yeah, now the home plate umpire signals 2-2. That's what I thought. The 2-2 swung and fouled off to the right side. Last year for the Bees hit 300 on the nose. Nice to finish at 300. 15 home runs, 72 RBIs. A pretty productive season. and did not strike out 100 times. He struck out 99 times, so I guess maybe he sat out that last game knowing he didn't want to strike out. This one is low and away. That'll run the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. When he was an All-Star in 2016 with New Britain, hit 283, 13 home runs and 59 RBIs. So his numbers down a bit here. He is 0 for his last 8. And this one is hit to third. Soft grounder to Silverio. Soft toss to first, right on the money. Chavez stretches for out number 2. 3 straight ground ball outs. That is Connor Wade's game. 2 outs and none on. Jamal Walton will step in. Walton 282, 10 home runs and 50 RBIs for the right fielder. Well, then steps the left-handed hitting Walton. Walton, originally from Emporia, Virginia. He also was an All-Star this year for the Bees. This one is low and in, 1-0. Spent time last year with New Britain as well. He hit 290, 13 home runs and 52 RBI, so right on pace. They set up low and away, and the 1-0 is low. 2 balls and no strikes here to Jamal Walton. Walton been hitting at a torrid pace. He is 9 for his last 21, a .429 mark, and this one is hit down the right side foul. That's just over his last 5 games. 2 balls and 1 strike, 2 outs, no score here, top of the second. Wade looking for his second straight 1-2-3 inning. Last inning of the unconventional 1-2-3 inning with a single, caught stealing, foul out, and ground out. Looking for the conventional type here. This one is fouled into the net just to my left here behind the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 down. Rosa has also spent time in the Atlantic League with the Blue Crabs in 2015 and 2016. This one, ring him up. Catches a corner, looking for strike 3. A conventional 1-2-3 inning for Wade, who is now retired 5 straight. 2 ground outs and his first K of the day. And there is 3 away. Middle of the second, no score here at Constellation Field.
Tuesdays are 2 for Tuesdays at Constellation Field this season. Every Tuesday home game, fans can buy 1 field box ticket or grassland ticket and get 1 free. Watch the Skeeters in exciting Atlantic League action. Half-price tickets for groups are also available each Tuesday, or you can buy tickets 24/7 at sugarlandskeeters.com. For more details, give us a call at 281-240-4487. That's 240-HITS. Sugarland Skeeters, it's more than baseball.
Salon Evan and Day Spa is the premier.
I'm over here in section 18, row D with the Barnes family, and they were upgraded to the best seats in the house thanks to Fort Bend Kia.
Trained stylists take you to the highest level of satisfaction with the latest techniques for coloring, highlighting, and precision haircuts. Treat yourself to our famous Aveda facial, a relaxing massage, or a signature manicure and pedicure. Have an ultimate salon experience today at Salon Evan and Day Spa. 281-980-5160. 281-980-5160.
Hey fans, come bring the family for one of the most exciting nights of the week here at Constellation Field. Firework Fridays, where we celebrate our Skeeters like it's the 4th of July. With music and a fantastic fireworks show after each and every Friday home game that's included with your ticket purchase. We'll be doing this every Friday through the entire Skeeter season, so start off your weekend with a bang. For more information, contact us at 281-240-HITS or visit us on the web at sugarlandskeeters.com.
Bottom of the second, Skeeters looking to break this scoreless tie. Matt Chavez and his 14-game hitting streak will lead off. It'll be Chavez, Dennis Phipps, last night's hitting hero, and Navarro Rondon. First pitch to Chavez is a little bit high, 1-0. Matt, 334, 11 home runs and 65 RBIs. He is second in both hits with 137 and total bases with 190 as he continues his phenomenal season. 2018 All-Star. The 1-0. This one hit high in the air to left field, but playable. Javon Rosa, left fielder, waiting for the rainmaker, and he'll bring it down for out number 1. 1 out, none on for Dennis Phipps, last night's hitting hero. Phipps led off the bottom of the 10th, hit a walk-off home run, and it hit the foul pole. It was his 9th home run of the year. Comes in now with 36 ribbies to boot and a 273 average overall. Maybe that'll be just what Phipps needed to get him jump-started. There's one, a strike on the outside corner. No balls in 1 strike to count. Spent last year with the Texas Air Hogs in the American Association. Hit 314, 10 home runs, and 58 RBI, so almost the same. This past winter, he was also named the Venezuela Winter League Player of the Year. Managed to hit 11 home runs and 40 RBIs in just 57 games while hitting 327. And some big league time. Made his big league debut in 2012 with the Reds and got to play with Johnny Cueto, his childhood friend, while at the big leagues. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Must have been pretty cool. Talking about, yeah, one day maybe we'll play together in the big leagues. There it was. Really happened. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, none on. No score here, bottom of the 2nd. The 2-2. This one is a little low and away. They'll run the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Burke, next pitch will be pitch number 30. So far 16 for strikes, 13 for balls. Payoff pitch to Phipps. Wave and a miss. Strike 3. It's the first strikeout for Burke. Had Phipps way out in front of an off-speed pitch. There's 2 outs, none for Alvaro Rondon. The Wade has retired 5 in a row. Burke has now retired 4 in a row. In steps Alvaro Rondon, usually in the number 9 hole, up to 7th tonight. The shortstop, 288, no home runs, and 36 RBIs. Rondon is hitting 20 of his last 25, going 25 for 76 at 329 mark, so hitting very well right now. Still looking for that elusive first home run of the year. Mentioned he is tied for 3rd in the league with 30 stolen bases, with Darren Ford of these Bees. This one a little bit low. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. It's actually the 4th player in Skeeters history to achieve the 30 stolen base mark. Leads the Atlantic League with 7 sack bunts. The 1-1. Swan a hit to the right side, past the diving first baseman Jason Rogers and into right field. So a 2-out single here for Rondon. Let's see if he tries to swipe second at some point here as Luke Dykstra steps to the plate. Luke, 273. No home runs and 2 RBIs. Of course, he is the son of former Met and Phillies great and former teammate of Pete Incaviglia, the Skeeters skipper Lenny Dykstra. A couple of connections. Not only did Luke's dad play with Pete Incaviglia, but Goose Gozzo, the pitching coach, former big leaguer, spent time with the Twins, the Blue Jays, the Royals, and the Mets. In his debut with Toronto, picked up the victory. Said his first hit allowed was to Harold Baines, but the first guy he struck out was Pete Incaviglia. The 1-0. Big overhand curve catches the inside corner for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to count here to Dykstra. If Dykstra falls behind the count, look for Rondon to try to steal second. Lengthening his lead a little bit here. Always turned towards second. I don't know how he gets back in time. This one, Swan, a tapper left side of the mound. Nice snag by Burke. Backhands it, throws it to first. Off balance, nice 1-3 on the putout, and that'll do it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Through 2, we are still scoreless.
Available female is seeking a long-term relationship with someone I can depend on. For someone that I can trust and feel safe with. For someone that isn't just after me for my money. Someone who is ASC certified and can handle all my automotive needs.
Christian Brothers Automotive is the perfect match for you. Located in New Territory right behind the Randalls. Christian Brothers is locally owned and operated by Kelly Adams. You can trust Kelly to take the fear out of auto care. Her number is 281-242-2886 to start your new relationship today.
G2G Family Shooting and Archery Range in Rosenberg wants to invite you to stop by and check out the cleanest, safest, and most enjoyable modern shooting range around. G2G is locally owned and operated by people who care about your range experience. They offer training in every aspect of shooting and archery skills and safety, including proper
Thank you,
licensing
Shane.
and home
I'm over
defense
here
training.
behind
Bring your family
home,
and
and
friends
I
together
want to
at
know who
G2G
wants
Shooting
a
Range.
free
It's fun and you'll
pizza.
be
I
glad
need
you
my
did.
loudest fan.
832-595-8415
Scream if you want a free pizza.
or G2grange.com to find out more.
Oh, I know you can get louder than that. Let me hear you scream.
Waterside Estates, Pecan Grove, New Territory.
Oh, 1,000 degrees pizza, nice and loud.
United Realtors at 281-777-1977.
I'm not sure.
A multi-million-dollar producer.
Oh, this group over here has been looking at me. I think I like it. Do you want a free pizza? This scream, I like it. I like it. Congratulations, my friend. You were loud. You win a free pizza. Back up to you, Shane.
Top of the third inning, bottom of the order for the Bees, starting with Jonathan Galvez. First pitch to Galvez is, wow, a little low. Pretty good to me. 1 ball, in air quotes. No strikes. Jonathan Galvez, Ryan Wagner, Vicente Condi. This one a bullet and off the mid of Silverio. Man, did he almost pull that bullet in. Went high atop, left his feet. Got a good piece of leather on it, just couldn't hold on to it. It go down as a single for Galvez. That'll end the string of 5 straight retired by Connor Wade. In subs number 7, Ryan Wagner, the catcher. 244 with a home run and 7 RBIs. Was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts and a walk yesterday. No score here in the top of the third. Wade gets the sign from Cordero. And big shift at the last second. Right to short. Rondon will step on second, throw it to first. Almost ran over little Daniel Robertson. Robertson had to scamper out of the way. Great play by by Rondon. It'll go down as a 6 unassisted 3 and double play. And just like that, 2 outs. More ground balls induced by Wade. In fact, 4 of the last 5 outs via the ground ball for Connor Wade. That'll bring in the number 9 hitter, Vicente Condi, who has 162 for an average, a home run and 14 RBIs for the right-handed hitting shortstop. First pitch is a little bit low, 1-0. Condi really struggling right now, just 2 for his last 18. Or a 111 mark. Low 1-0. This one a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Wade right now at 33 pitches, 22 for strikes. 1 ball and 1 strike that counts to Condi. They set up inside, and the 1-1 is right down the middle for a strike, 1-2. No runs on 2 hits and no errors for both teams. Connor kicks and deals the 1-2. Swung a chop foul at the plate. That one came up and bit Condi. The count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, Condi will try to shake it off, or at least walk it off here. There's nothing you can do except try to stall for a little time. It hurts a ton. The sun peeking its head out, so that means everybody except for first baseman Matt Chavez and the catcher Cordero is in the sun. Condi from San Juan, Puerto Rico, went to Vanderbilt University, a 9th round pick of the Yankees in 2014. In college in 2014, he was a all-conference player. This one hit to the right side. Chavez near the Skeeters dugout will run out of room. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Condi got up to as high as AAA with the Yankees. in 2015. Spent his whole career in the New York organization through this year. In fact, this year has been well traveled. Spent time at A-Ball, Florida State League, the Eastern League at AA, and at AAA, and the International League. Combined to hit 101 between the three squads. The 1-2 on the outside corner, strike three. Second K of the day, and there is three away. Another unconventional 1-2-3 as Wade has faced the 9. An unconventional 1-2-3 first and third. The conventional in between in the second. And we are in the middle of the third inning. Skeeters and Bees are scoreless.
So there I was, just minding my own business when a hit and run. This guy came out of nowhere. Bam! And he just kept going. Thankfully, Texas Insurance was there with the right auto coverage for how and where I drive. So I was on my way in no time to witness the hit and run that really matter.
Now that's a moment worth covering. 877 Farm Bureau.
Skeeters fans, end your weekend with Skeeters baseball at Constellation Field for Sunday Fun Day. We have something for everyone. Play catch in the outfield, and your favorite Skeeters players will be signing autographs before the game. Also,
thank you, Shane. I have
game,
Brandon and Ben down here, and they are ready to see how well they can do in a trivia contest. All right, guys, there's 3 questions. The questions will be up there. I will read them to you. Wait till I finish reading before you ring the bell. If the first person gets it wrong, I will give the second person a try to answer. Let's see that first question.
Or visit us on the web.
What is the name of the dog from The Wizard of Oz?
Saturdays at 4 p.m. It's the Top 40 Block Party on Suite 96.
Toto is correct. Question number 2. What is the largest country in South America?
You'll never use anyone else. They are
Venezuela.
fast, efficient,
Venezuela is incorrect. Do you have a guess?
Brazil.
Brazil is correct. That means that Brandon is going to be our winner of Ring the Bell tonight. We're going to send it back up to you, Shane.
Steinmetz Plumbing, yourplumberforlife.com or 281-620-9200.
Bottom of the third, a scoreless contest. Daniel Robertson, the only member of either squad not to bat, will lead it off here. Former big leaguer takes pitch for a strike, 0-1. It'll be Daniel Robertson, then back to the top of the order with Barrett Barnes and Anthony Jansanti for the Skeeters. The 0-1 from the right-hander Burke, a big bender, catches the heart of the zone for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Robertson grew up in the California area, in Southern California, and grew up an Angels fan. Then he got to play for the Angels. This one is sky to center. He throws the bat down in disgust and is brought down by center fielder Darren Ford for out number 1. 1 out, none on. Back to the top of the order, Barrett Barnes. Barnes walked. Then Anthony Jansanti single. Albert Cordero grounded out, putting runners on second and third, and then on a shallow hit ball by Juan Silvero, he tried to score and was thrown out the plate. No score here in the bottom of the third as we go back to the top of the order. 259 for Barnes, 12 home runs, 48 RBIs. Last 8 games hitting 171, going 6 for 35 during that span. First pitch here is a ball, 1 ball and no strikes to count. Still has a great on-base percentage, tied for third in the Atlantic League with a .394 on-base percentage. Also second in runs scored with 74. Really doing it all as a leadoff hitter. Mentioned the 12 home runs. Can steal bases. In fact, he stole another one last night. One more will give him 20, which would give the Skeeters 3 thieves who have 20 or more. 1-2 here from the righty Burke. Got a great curveball here today. Misses just a little bit outside, 2-2. Not quite nose to toes, but he does have a big break and also a sweeping curveball. The 2-2. Swung and a miss. There it was again. Started out at the chest of Barnes and landed low and away. And that is the second strikeout of the game for Burke. 2 outs and none on. That'll bring in Anthony Jansanti, who singled his first time up. He is 1 for 1. Anthony is hitting 17 of his last 20, a 325 more. Going 27 for 83, 2 home runs, 9 RBIs. First pitch to Jansanti is popped up right side. Will this stay in play? First baseman Jason Rogers near the Skeeters dugout, runs out of room and hits the roof of the dugout. And bounces all the way to the second to last row where some lady butchered it. She got a room service hop and she booted it. It's a fan error. We can put that up on the scoreboard. This one, another big bender, a slow curve. He's got a couple different types of curves. Pretty impressive. 1-1 the count here on Jansanti. Anthony is actually 4th in the league in total bases with 177. It's one low and away. 2 balls and a strike to number 21, Anthony Jansanti, the Skeeters right-handed hitting center fielder. Man, does he have range in the outfield. Pretty good range on the infield as well, but even he prefers the outfield. Can do a little bit more, he says. This one pops up. This one's going to stay in play in fair territory. Jason Rogers, the first baseman, will bring it down for the final out. So a very quick and quiet inning for the Skeeters. A fly out, a strikeout, and a pop out. Skeeters go 1-2-3. We are a third of the way through. We are still in a scoreless tie here in Sugar Land.
Want to watch a Skeeters game in style? We have just what you need. Our game day suites are ideal for entertaining clients, rewarding employees, networking, and even celebrating personal milestones. Let us make it easy for you. Suite rentals come with food and soft drinks, parking privileges, and even access to our Insperity Club. Drinking packages are also available. To plan your event, call us at 281-240-HIDS or visit us on the web at sugarlandskeeters.com.
Has your home or commercial insurance claim been denied or underpaid? At Morgan Elite Specialist Services, we know that the insurance claim process can be stressful. Our public adjusters have the experience to make this process as smooth, easy, and comfortable as possible, so you can get on with enjoying the things you're protecting. Learn more by visiting us online at messtx.com. That's MESSTX.com. Or call us today at 855-445-3404. We truly look forward to meeting you.
Hey fans, come bring the family for one of the most exciting nights of the week here at Constellation Field, Firework Fridays, where we celebrate our Skeeters like it's the 4th of July. With music and a fantastic fireworks show after each and every Friday home game that's included with your ticket purchase. We'll be doing this every Friday through the entire Skeeter season, so start off your weekend with a bang. For more information, contact us at 281-240-HITS or visit us on the web at sugarlandskeeters.com.
Top of the 4th, and a pretty good pitching duel by Skeeters right-hander Connor Wade and the right-hander for the Bees, Devin Burke. Well, here in the top of the 4th, Wade will face the top of the order, Darren Ford, Angelo Sanco, Davidson, Romero. First pitch here is a strike. No balls and 1 strike to count. Ford singled and was caught stealing, proving once again crime doesn't pay. They set up inside. The 0-1 misses. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. No runs and 2 hits and no errors for both teams. Wade still working quickly. The 1-1. This one swung a hit past the mound. Backhanded by Robertson. Shortstop side will never get the speedy Ford. That's going to be an infield single here, and he's 2 for 2. And of course, you have to watch it again to see if he'll try to steal here. Great effort by Robertson. I didn't think he had a chance to get to the ball, let alone make a play. Former big league second baseman. 1 on, none out for Angelo Sanco. Sanko is fouled out to third his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. Sanko just joining the squad recently from the Blue Crabs. Left-handed hitting DH steps in here. Feet close together in a very slightly open stance. Stands deep in the box and close to the plate. This one swung, he hit a ton to left. Barnes had to shade his eye from the Suns. Now he finds it, picks it up, runs it down on the warning track, and gets it back in on time. Great play by Barnes with that sun beaming straight into his eyes. So the line on the left is out number 1. 1 on and 1 out here for Davidson Romero. Romero grounded out to short his first time up. He is 0 for 1. Romero is 9 for his last 19, hitting at a .474 mark. 3 home runs and 8 RBIs on a tear right now. So in steps the right-handed hitting third baseman who has been as good defensively as he has been offensively. In fact, both third basemen in Silverio and Romero have put on a fielding clinic at the hot corner in this series. No score here, top of the 4th. Series tied at a game apiece. This is the finale of a 3-game series. Righty-righty matchup for Wade. Keeps an eye on Ford, but comes home and catches the bottom of the zone first strike. No balls and 1 strike to count. Skeeters are off tomorrow, and then they will welcome in the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs for 3, followed by a 4-game series in 3 days against the Barnstormers to end the second to last homestand of the regular season. Throw to first. Ford scampers back, standing up. Take a look at the pitch count here on Wade so far. Very good. Always a low pitch count. Wade always impressive. 42 pitches, 30 for strikes. Here in the 4th with 1 away. The 0-1 is a little bit low. 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out and 1 on. And a scoreless game here in the top of the 4th. Romero came in at .263, 15 home runs, 65 RBIs. Also 3rd in league in doubles with 23 and 2nd in on-base percentage at .410. The 1-1 right down the middle for strike 2, 1 and 2. Romero looking at it like there's no way you could call that a strike. Now he turns towards the home plate umpire. That looked pretty good. Right above the knees, and home plate umpire saying get back in there. Looks down at 3rd for the sign. The pace of play rules at one point worked. Had to keep 1 foot in the box at all times, but now it's gone the way of the dodo. This one misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And had the home plate umpire, Jesse Moreno, rang up Romero there. He might have lost his mind. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 on, 1 out. No score, top of the 4th. Throw by Wade to first. Ford again back in standing up. Romero back into the box. He's ready to go. This one is low. That'll run the count full 3-2 with 1 down. Very good hit and run count with the speedy Ford at first. We'll see if he goes here. Romero was an all-star for the Bees this year. Ford lengthening his lead. Does not go. The 3-2 is hit in the air left field. That one's going to quickly hook foul. I think Barnes didn't see it at first again. The sun has gone back into the clouds for a little while, but I don't blame Barnes. Even I didn't see where that ball went. So we'll do the 3-2 again. Let's see if they change it up and maybe run for it here. There goes Ford. This one is swung and fouled off to the right side. So they didn't have it on the first 3-2 pitch, but they tried a hit run on the second one. Let's see if they do the 3rd time around. Pretty good at bat here by Romero, who I mentioned having a sensational series. So far in this series, he's 4 for 9 with a home run and 4 RBIs. He's also hit in 5 of his last 6 games. That was after a pretty big slump. It was 0 for 15. There goes Ford again. This one is hit into center, fairly shallow. Jan Santi has it. Ford will go back to first, and there's 2 down. That'll bring in cleanup hitter Jason Rogers. The right-handed hitting first baseman came in at 308, good for 7th in the league, 5 home runs, 57 RBIs. He is tied for 4th in the league with 55 RBIs, and he is 2nd in doubles, also 4th with 22. Winceps Rogers. Another throw to first by Wade. No score here, top of the 4th. 2 outs, 1 on for the Bees. Rogers awaiting the first pitch. Another throw to first. Rogers is 13 for his last 39, a 333 mark. Originally from Riverside, California. This one is hit towards short. This should do it. Rondon will go the short route to second from one knee. And 6-4, and that'll do it. So the leadoff hit by Ford goes by the boards. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. Middle of the 4th. Skeeters nothing, Bees nothing.
Hi folks, this is Blaine Law, the owner of the Lost Cajun in Rosenberg, Texas at the Brazos Town Center. I'd like to introduce you to the Lost Cajun.
This is Griff, the Lost Cajun, and we're so glad to be in Rosenberg, Texas. Come out, folks, and meet us. Try some great food, seafood gumbo, chicken and sausage gumbo, crawfish etouffee, red beans and rice lobster bits, and jambalaya. Les bon temps roulé. Let the good times roll.
Oh, they got that food to go in there. Cater that Gator too. 281-762-0512.
Hi, I'm Ira Lehman, voice of the Sugarland Skeeters. Join me every Friday night to hear Skeeters baseball live on Sweet 96, Sugarland's only radio station. Listen each Friday night when the Skeeters are both at home and on the road on 96.1 FM for the Friday night game of the week. Follow the drive for the 2018 Atlantic League Championship as the Skeeters and Sweet 96 team up for the first time. Sugarland, it doesn't get any sweeter!
Spring-free trampoline. The perfect way to go outside and be active. Your family will enjoy the thrill of a trampoline that keeps them safe and engaged all year long, right in your backyard. Visit us in Katy or online at www.springfreetrampoline.com. Smart in safety, smart in quality, smart in innovation. Spring-free trampoline.
Bottom of the 4th inning. Skeeters will try to break this scoreless tie. Albert Cordero will lead it off. He'll be followed by Juan Silverio and Matt Chavez, 3, 4, and 5 against righty Devin Burke. First pitch is low, 1-0. Switch hitting Cordero, batting here from the left side. Open stance. Stands deep in the box. Cordero grounded at the first, his first time up. Good off-speed pitch there by Burke. 1 ball and 1 strikes. The sun is out again. The entire infield is in the shade, but all 3 outfielders in the sun, and Javon Rosa in left has the worst of it. The 1-1. That's one swung and a missed at a ball low and in. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Cordero. Albert came in an even 300, 10 home runs, 54 RBIs. All the home runs and ribbies, a new career high. Cordero also named to the Atlantic League All-Star team this year. It's one high, 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. He has hit in 18 of his last 20 for a whopping .377 average, going 29 for 77 during that span. The 2-2. Slow grounder to the right side. The first baseman backhands it. He'll take it himself, waves off the pitcher Burke. Rogers tags the bag for out number 1. He's grounded out to Rogers 2 times now and is 0 for 2. That'll bring in Juan Silverio. Silverio hit into a double play. Had a chance to be a sac fly, but he hit it to left end. Left fielder Javon Rosa nailed Barnes trying to score on a sac fly, so it turned into a 7-2 double play. Silverio comes in 310, 5 home runs and 23 RBIs for the Skeeters right-handed hitting third baseman. This one is a bullet to the right of second, through for a base hit. Third hit of the night for the Skeeters, so both of these teams once again have the same line score, no runs, 3 hits, and no errors. That'll bring in Matt Chavez, trying to extend his hitting streak to 15 games. 0 for 1, flew out to left his first time up. Matt came in batting .334 with 11 home runs and 65 RBIs. 4th in the league in hitting. 9th in on-base percentage at .387. In steps Chavez. They set up low and away. Another big overhand curve by Burke catches the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike with 1 on and 1 out. No score here in the bottom of the 4th. Another close game. Last night it was 1-1 in the 10th. Before Phipps, who is on deck, hit a leadoff walk-off home run. This one foul tipped, and that one got a piece of the catcher, Wagner. No balls and 2 strikes here on Chavez. There was some rain expected, but it's turned out to be a pretty nice day outside of a few clouds. Oh, Chavez steps back in. Down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2, high and outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Let's take a peek at the pitch count here on Burke. So far, 57 pitches, 35 for strikes, 22 for balls. Big swing and a miss. Throw down to first. Not in time. So Chavez strikes out. Almost a strike him out, throw him out. So 3rd strikeout of the game for Burke. 2 outs, 1 on. That'll bring in last night's hitting star, Dennis Phipps, who was struck out himself. He was the first of the 3 strikeout victims. Phipps, 273, 9 home runs, 36 RBIs. They're going to set up outside on the first pitch. This one swung in, chop foul. Left side, rolls right into the Bees dugout, right past former Met Wally Backman, the skipper here for the Bees. No balls and 1 strike to count here on Dennis. The catcher Wagner sets up away, and this one is a little bit high and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. No score here, bottom of the 4th. Skeeters trying to strike first with a runner down at first in Juan Silverio and 2 down. Burke looks at Silverio, leaning towards second, does not go. This one is hit in the air. Shallow right field. The second baseman Galvez will haul it in, backpedaling, and that'll do it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. Your score through 4. Nothing. Skeeters nothing.
Trying to plan a fun corporate or family event? Let us help. With our group packages here at Constellation, we have everything you need for fun, friendly, family, affordable entertainment. No matter what size the group, we have options for you, like our picnic plaza with our in-ground pool and even a 2-hour food buffet. The Skeeters can customize an outing to fit all your needs. To plan your event, call us here at 281-240-HITS or log on to sugarlandskeeters.com.
Sweet 96 is a brand new radio station designed just to serve Sugar Land and Fort Bend County. But we can't build the best without your help. Spread the word about our good work and we'll do the same. Like us on Facebook at Sweet 96 FM or drop us an email at our website, sweet96.com. Together, we will build a better city and Fort Bend County. If it's important to you, it's important to us at the all-new Sweet 96.
Are you buying or selling a home in Longmeadow Farms, Aliana, Waterside Estates, Pecan Grove, New Territory, Greatwood, or Harvest Green? Depend on Kim Halstead and Coldwell Banker United Realtors at 281-777-1907. A multi-million-dollar producer and Fort Bend County real estate expert, Kim is uniquely qualified with a proven track record of success and almost 20 years of satisfied customers. Kim Halstead and Coldwell Banker United Realtors, 281-777-1907.
We are La Casina. Go Skeeters!
Top of the fifth inning. Still scoreless here between the Bees and the Skeeters. Connor Wade will begin his fifth inning of work by facing 5, 6, and 7. Javon Rosa, Jamal Walton, and Jonathan Galvez. First pitch to the right-handed hitting left fielder is low, 1-0. Rosa grounded out to third his first time up. He is 0 for 1. Wade at 51 pitches right now, 35 for strikes. This one fouled off to the right side. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Rosa just 4 for his last 21, a 190 mark, so below the Mendoza line. This one hit in the air to center, and Jan Santi, shaded towards right center, brings it in for the first out. 1 out, none off for Jamal Walton. Walton, a former 4th-round pick of the Marlins in 2004. Spent time with Florida as well as the Kansas City Royals organization and the Nationals. Never got past Advance A, however. Played for the San Angelo Colts back in 2012. For manager Doc Edwards, the late great doctor. This one is sent into left center field. Long run by Jan Santi, who runs it down like a wide receiver into the left center field wall for the second out. Nice play by Anthony. Well, 2 out, none on. That is now 5 straight retired by Wade. He's tied for second longest streak in this game. Jonathan Galvez will step in with 2 outs and none on. He has singled. He's 1 for 1. They're going to set up outside, and the first pitch is low and away, 1-0. This one off the fist, over the netting. Oh, it would have been a perfect spot if it had been over in this direction. 1 ball and 1 strike. This one is chopped foul off the foot of Galvez. 1-2 the count. No score here in the top of the fifth between the Bees and the Skeeters. The 1-2 by the Skeeters right-hander. Swan and chopped towards short. Rondeau, nice play behind second. Throws it on the run high. Comes down on the bag. Chavez for the final out. What a play on both ends. Ron spectacular as always at short. 6-3 on the putout. That is now 6 in a row retired by Connor Wade. Middle of the fifth, halfway through. Scoreless between the Skeeters and the Bees.
Spring-free trampoline. The perfect way to go outside and be active. Your family will enjoy the thrill of a trampoline that keeps them safe and engaged all year long, right in your backyard. Visit us in Katy or online at www.springfreetrampoline.com. Smart in safety, smart in quality, smart in innovation. Spring-free trampoline.
What does it take to rebuild trust? At Wells Fargo, we've been thinking about that a lot lately. For us, it begins with a
Thank you,
renewed
Shane. I'm
commitment
up
to
here
our
with
customers.
Kayla, and she is
Fixing
ready
what
for the
went wrong,
Whataburger fry
making
shuffle. All right,
things
Kayla, I'm
right,
going to show you 3
working with
French
more
fry boxes up there.
transparency and
Only
higher
one's going to have fries,
accountability.
and you got to follow that box.
Reinventing how we
Let's take a
serve
look where
you.
it's going to start.
It's a new
All right,
day
so
at Wells
starting
Fargo,
on number
but
1,
it's a lot
so
like
keep
our
your
first
eyes
day.
on that French
Wells
fry
Fargo,
box.
established 1852, re-established 2018. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
G2G Family Shooting and Archery Range in Rosenberg wants to invite you to stop by and check out the cleanest, safest, and most enjoyable modern shooting range around. G2G is locally owned and operated by people who care about your range experience. They offer training in every aspect of shooting and archery skills and safety, including proper licensing and home defense training. Bring your family and friends together at G2G Shooting Range. It's fun and you'll be glad you did. 832-595-8415 or g2grange.com to find out more.
Alvaro Rondon will lead it off here for the Skeeters. Bottom of the order here in the bottom of the 5th. Rondon, Luke Dykstra, Daniel Robertson, 7, 8, and 9. Rondon thinks about bunting, but pulls the bat back before he can completely square for a ball that's high and outside. 1-0. Alvaro, one of the Skeeters' 3 hits. He's 1 for 1 with a single. The 1-0. It's one to hit to the right side. First baseman Jason Rogers will beat Rondon to the bag. Caught that one up in his chest, then had to quickly get to the bag with the speedy Rondon dashing down first. 1 away. So 1 out, none on for Luke Dykstra, who grounded back to the pitcher Burke last time up. Made a nice play, backhanded the left side of the mound, threw off balance to first to get Dykstra. So Luke's 0 for 1, comes in batting .273 with no home runs and 2 RBIs for Luke. One is hit towards short. Condi has it, takes a step, fires it to first, and quickly 2 down here. There's now 4 straight retired by Burke, looking for his second conventional 1-2-3 inning. That'll bring in Daniel Robertson. Robertson, the former big leaguer, flies to center. I started the story in his last at bat that he's from Southern California, grew up very close to where the Angels play, and got to play for the Angels. Well, as a small guy who's 5'8", who really had to scrap and claw his way to the top, he was a huge fan of David Eckstein, who was the same type of player. Just a little scrappy guy that made the most of the abilities that he had. And while Robertson was with the Angels, Eckstein was a coach, so he got to meet his childhood hero. 1 ball and no strikes to count. This one is low and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Two balls and no strikes to count here. Burke deals, and this one is a strike on the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Gonna have a special guest next inning. I will leave you in suspense. Big curve. Does not quite break off. 3 balls and a strike here to Robertson. Robertson, when he got to play with the Angels, he got to play with, recently, it's some of the great players there now. This one on the outside corner. 3 balls and 1 strike to count. Of course, there's another Daniel Robertson who often gets confused with, the outfielder for the Indians. But different guys. Payoff pitch, hit to the right side. Backhanded by the first baseman Rogers. Drops it, picks it up, throws it to the covering Burke for out. Number the put out in a 1-2-3 inning. And now Burke has retired 6 in a row. We are through 5 innings of play. Top of the 6th when we get back. We're still scoreless.
Tuesdays are 2 for Tuesdays at Constellation Field this season. Every Tuesday home game, fans can buy 1 field box ticket or grassland ticket and get 1 free. Watch the Skeeters in exciting Atlantic League action. Half-price tickets for groups are also available each Tuesday, or you can buy tickets 24/7 at sugarlandskeeters.com. For more details, give us a call at 281-240-4487. That's 240-HITS. Sugarland Skeeters, it's more than baseball.
What does it take to rebuild trust? At Wells Fargo, we've been thinking about that a lot lately. For us, it begins with a renewed commitment to our customers, fixing what went wrong, making things right, working with more transparency and higher accountability, and reinventing how we serve you. It's a new day at Wells Fargo, but it's a lot like our first day. Wells Fargo, established 1852, re-established 2018. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Trying to plan a fun corporate or family event? Let us help. With our group packages here at Constellation, we have everything you need for fun, friendly, family, affordable entertainment. No matter what size the group, we have options for you, like our picnic plaza with our in-ground pool and even a 2-hour food buffet. The Skeeters can customize an outing to fit all your needs. To plan your event, call us here at 281-240-HITS or log on to sugarlandskeeters.com.
Top of the 6th in a scoreless game, and as promised, my special guest, the other voice of the Skeeters, PA announcer Shane Brown. Brownie, how are you?
I am living the dream, my friend. How about yourself?
Pretty good.
Good deal.
Both in our 7th season here with the Skeeters. Number 7 at the plate, Ryan Wagner. It'll be Wagner, Vicente Condi, Darren Ford, 8-9-1. So, I know you're a Reds fan, and it's a tough year, and you abandoned your team yet. I know you're talking about packing it in. Slow ground to the first. It's going to be a close play. But Matt Chavez tags the bag just in front of Wagner and is now 7 in a row retired by Connor Wade.
You know, you try and find positives when you have a long season like that.
What is the positives?
Well, hey, you know what? We're not stressing about playoffs.
That's true.
You know, every game we watch, we're not worried about it.
It's a stretch. That's really looking
you
far
try and find
and wide for the needle in the haystack.
Yes. So it's one of those things where probably the best thing about this season is it's going to be over here in about a month and a half.
Not too soon. Any good prospects? Any hope on the horizon?
Man, I don't know. You know, we had a good stretch there in early summer in June, July, right around All-Star break time.
Kept
just
you from
before
being
and after.
the worst team of all time.
Well, I tell you, yeah. I mean, we were not going to cover off the ball there for about 2 or 3 weeks and won like 4 or 5 series in a row. And then we snapped back to reality and realized we were the Reds and have fallen off ever since. I mean, it's frustrating to watch because I do think we offensively were a pretty good team. But, man, when it comes to pitching, you and I could be in the rotation for the Reds, I swear.
1 ball and 2 strikes to count here to Condi. 1 out, none on. A great pitching duel between the Skeeters. Connor Wade on the hill right now for Sugarland. And the right-hander for the Bees in Devin Burke.
You know, the great thing is we were talking about this in the control room.
This one swung and a miss, strike 3. That is now 8 in a row retired by Wade.
Burke and Wade do a great job. They get the ball on the mound, and they're going to turn right around, and they're going to deliver. They're not going to waste a lot of time.
Not just that, but they get batters out in about 3 pitches. There's no 5, 6, 7 continual at-bats against them, very rarely.
Yeah.
It's been impressive.
It really is, and I think when you work at that pace, I think that it keeps your defense sharp. It keeps everybody alert.
No doubt. I talk about that all the time. You study long, you study wrong, and your infielders are on their heels instead of their toes. So,
yep.
Yeah, it was. It's difficult to watch those type of guys.
Oh yes. So watching these two guys duel, and you know, and I know Dallas Beeler has those games where he can get out there and he seems to have really good timing. I thought one of the best Skeeters pitchers that ever did that was Matt Wright.
Wright was a quick worker.
He did not mess around. He got the ball. He was nodding yes, and it was on. So I thought it was good.
You know, funny, Matt used to bother me all the time about having a Matt Wright day, and I always said it was right in the middle of the All-Star break. We were flatting. Well, we finally had a bobblehead for him a couple of years ago.
Yep.
So then I got to say, hey, your dream came true. Now you can sign this for me.
There you go.
Move on.
There you go.
The all-time wins leader for the Skeeters. This one hit into right field. Who wants it? Long run. It's going to get past Luke Dykstra. A throw to second will not be in time. That's going to be a double for the speedy Darren Ford. I thought Dykstra was going to catch up to that one. The wind blowing in from left center. That ends the string of 7 in a row. Retired by Wade. Runner down at second with 2 out for Angelo Sanko. So I've asked you before some of your favorite memories here as the PA announcer. What about this year? What's your highlight for this season?
Well, I tell you what, there's I've really enjoyed watching the team play. The thing that I really like about this team, we were talking about this in pregame and control room, this team is probably one of the most consistent teams that we've seen in terms of winning and being successful.
Maybe 2013 would be the only other comparison.
Yes, and I said with the exception of the year that we just won an inordinate amount of games.
95 games.
Yeah, that was
league
just
record. Yeah, that every night that they won, it was amazing.
That was insane. And then I sit there and I think about that. In that season, we have that magical run. We win all those games, and we barely win the division. Or because Somerset's running on our heels. I think we won
they
like
won
by
90.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Absolutely
two
crazy.
Teams breaking the record. I always felt that year was what separated them in the divisions, because the next year Somerset went to the Liberty division and the Skeeters stayed in the Freedom division. I guess they wanted a potential matchup, which finally this year potentially could happen. Both won the first half, and really both of them have been the best teams for the entire season, even though Somerset has now moved to 3rd in overall record. But I think the Barnstormers have really benefited from a better second half. But I think overall the Skeeters have been the best team, and Somerset overall has been the second best team.
Yes.
So it looks like it's finally on pace. I don't know if it'll happen. 5-game series, anything can happen. You lose one game you should have, the next thing you're going home.
Right. But I will tell you, and taking on the Patriots, there's always those teams that you just enjoy beating a little bit more than the others.
I got to tell you that I've talked about this on the air a lot. They are the Yankees to the Red Sox, and the Patriots have gotten the Skeeters' number. Even the year they won the 95 games, they were just 10-10 against Somerset. They've had one winning season against Somerset, so it's always a concern. Right now, they're really struggling with starting pitching. They're going to get their ace back, but their number 2, 3 guys are hurt. One may make it back. The other is definitely iffy, but then again, you only need 3 pitchers really in a 5-game series, so it's definitely not in the bag.
No.
The 2-2 way outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes, and that's what makes those series tough. And it's even tougher because it's not 2-2-1. It's 2 and then 3.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you're the visiting team, all you want to do is get a split for those first 2 games on the road. If you do that, you're in great shape. And that has both hurt and helped the Skeeters. It's hurt them that year against Somerset when they dropped both games here, and they had to win all 3 there, and they lost the first one. And 95 wins and 3 one-run games, and they were out. This one is hit into center field for a base hit. They're going to wave the speedy Ford. Here comes the play to the plate, and he is out at the plate.
Well done.
What
nice
a throw by Jan Santi, and he keeps this game scoreless. Well, good. Brown in the booth here joining us for a half inning, the PA voice of the Sugarland Skeeters. Always a pleasure, my friend.
Yes, sir. Thanks for the invite.
Shane Brown, the tones over the PA voice here. Still scoreless. Bottom of the 6th when we return in a moment.
Tuesdays are 2 for Tuesdays at Constellation Field this season. Every Tuesday home game, fans can buy 1 field box ticket or grassland ticket and get 1 free. Watch the Skeeters in exciting Atlantic League action. Half-price tickets for groups are also available each Tuesday, or you can buy tickets 24/7 at sugarlandskeeters.com. For more details, give us a call at 281-240-4487. That's 240-HITS. Sugarland Skeeters, it's more than baseball.
Sweet 96 is on the air everywhere. On the radio from our Fort Bend County Tower site located on the Grand Parkway at 96.1 FM or online at sweet96.com. Click the Listen Live link and enjoy our community programming anytime you like from anywhere in the world, or just tap the app. Download the free TuneIn Radio app for your smartphone and search Sweet 96.
Salon Evan and Day Spa is the premier Aveda Concept salon in Sugarland. Locally owned and family operated since 1989. Let our Aveda trained stylists take you to the highest level of satisfaction with the latest techniques for coloring, highlighting, and precision haircuts. Treat yourself to our famous Aveda facial, a relaxing massage, or a signature manicure and pedicure. Have an ultimate salon experience today at Salon Evan and Day Spa. 281-980-5160. 281-980-5160.
Well, thanks to an Anthony Jansanti throw from center to nail Darren Ford at the plate. We're still scoreless as we move to the bottom of the 6th. Top of the order for the Sugar Land Skeeters in the bottom of the 6th. Barrett Barnes, who sends the first pitch to the left side. The third baseman, Davidson Romero, will throw out Barnes 5-3 on the putout. And that's quickly one away. Anthony Jansanti, who made that throw, will step in here, followed by Albert Cordero. Jansanti has singled and popped out. He's 1 for 2. No score here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Yesterday, a tremendously pitched game on both sides. Skeeters won in walk-off fashion in the bottom of the 10th. Another dandy here, even better. Scoreless through the first 5. 1 out, none on here for the Skeeters in the bottom of the 6th. This one is a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike to count. And the Bees, who really do struggle with hitting at times, they have great pitching and great defense. If they could somehow manage to squeak into the playoffs, and they're a team that could be dangerous. Just talking with Shane Brown, the Skeeters PA announcer. You know, pitching like this, you know, you steal a game, and the next thing you know, you can steal a series. It doesn't matter who you play. I mean, Lancaster got in as the wild card team in 2014, and they swept the Skeeters in the championship round. Skeeters going to be hard to beat in the playoffs, though. They have clearly been the best team, I'd say, since the last 2 weeks of the first half, when the Barnstormers came in here and they got crushed, losing 6 of 7. The Skeeters captured the Freedom Division first half title during that series. And it's been no looking back for Sugar Land. They've got equally as good starting pitchers. I mean, they have a good one out there every night. And Beeler, Wade, and Russell. This one a hot shot to third, backhanded by Romero. The throw to first is in time. Man, has Romero been good defensively at third. So 2 outs, both assisted by Romero. And in steps Albert Cordero. Cordero is grounded at the first, both times up. He's 0 for 2. Albert came in hitting .300 on the nose, 10 home runs and 54 RBIs. Burke at 74 pitches, 47 for strikes. This one is a hot shot to first again. Rogers grabs it, drops it. Cordero's probably going to beat this one out, and he will. Tough play, almost robbed Cordero for a 3rd straight time. Probably be scored a hit here, I would think. Skeeters have a runner on. First runner since 1 out in the 4th, when Juan Silverio, who's stepping into the plate now, singled. They scored an error, E3 on the first baseman. In steps Silverio, who is 1 for 2. Righty-righty matchup here for Burke. There's one tap foul back into the left of home. No balls and 1 strike to count. Skeeters have tomorrow off. Then they begin a 3-game series against the Blue Crabs. Southern Maryland has yet to name a starter. Sugar Land will send out former big leaguer and southpaw James Russell, who is one of the 3 amigos who have 7 wins as starters. That's Wade and Beeler and Russell. Wade has a chance for number 8 here. The Skeeters can get him a run in a scoreless game here in the bottom of the 6th. No balls and 2 strikes to count here on Silverio. No runs on 5 hits for the Bees. No runs on 3 for the Skeeters. This one swung a hit right at the second baseman. Galvez will tag the second base bag, and that will do it. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on through. Skeeters and Bees are still scoreless.
Kids 12 and under get in free for every Wednesday home game this season at Constellation Field. Tickets are only available by calling the Skeeters box office at 281-240-4487 or 240-HITS, or visit the TDECU box office at the ballpark or online 24 hours a day at sugarlandskeeters.com.
Thank you, Shane. I have 4
Gates open an
contestants
hour
down
before
here ready to play
scheduled
some
game
musical
times.
chairs. All right,
Sugarland
guys, you
Skeeters.
know the
It's
rules.
more than baseball.
When I say go, you're going to walk
The
around
National
in a
Baseball
circle.
Hall of Fame
When
and
you hear that
Museum in
music stop, you sit
Cooperstown.
down.
Relive baseball's greatest moments,
Turn the
connect
music
with
up.
a national
Start
pastime,
walking.
and honor the all-time greats of the game. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
This is Skeeters broadcaster Will Scott.
Alrighty, I'm sorry, my friend, hanging out with the SWAT team.
Get your
Let's move one of these chairs
now
out
by
of the
calling
way.
TDECU Ticket Office at 281-240-4487. That's 240-HITS. Or you can go to sugarlandskeeters.com. And be sure to join the voice of the Skeeters, Ira Liebman, for every playoff game on
down
Sweet
to the final chair.
96.1
Who is
FM.
going to get
The new home of the
win?
Sugarland
Start
Skeeters,
walking.
as your Skeeters look to take home their second title in franchise history. Go Skeeters!
Oh,
Hi,
so
I'm Ira
close,
Liebman,
but my
voice of
name
the
right here is
Sugarland
going to be
Skeeters.
the
Join me
winner,
every
and you're going
Friday
to get
night
this free
to hear
shirt
Skeeters
brought to you
Baseball
by
Live
Gourmet Pops
on
by
Sweet
Frias.
96,
Congratulations.
Sugarland's
Back up to
only
you,
radio
Shane.
station. Listen each Friday night when the Skeeters are both at home and on the road on 96.1 FM for the Friday night game of the week. Follow the drive for the 2018 Atlantic League Championship as the Skeeters and Sweet 96 team up for the first time.
Sugarland, it doesn't get any sweeter.
Scoreless through 6 innings of play. We move to the top of the 7th. To be the meat of the order here again. Skeeters rider Connor Wade pitching a gem. 4, 5, and 6. Jason Rogers, Javon Rosa, and Jamal Walton. Wade, now with his second start against the Bees, 3 appearances overall. He has not allowed a run in 14 innings against the Bees. Little 1-0. This one is hit in the air to shallow right field. Chavez goes out. Robertson, the second baseman, near the right field line, goes a long way and hauls it in for out number 1. Nice job by Daniel. 1 out, none on for Javon Rosa. He is grounded out to third and flying out to center. Rosa came in at 261 with 4 home runs and 20 RBIs. Scoreless here in the top of the 7th. In a duel between the Skeeters right-hander Connor Wade and righty Devin Burke for the Bees. All the games final around the Atlantic League outside of this one. First pitch here is a strike, 0-1 to Rosa. Somerset defeats the Barnstormers 6-3. York beats the Blue Crabs 10-8, and the Ducks edge the Road Warriors 2-1 in 10 innings, which is not good news for these Bees. This one is low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. The way they can make the playoffs is to have the second best overall record, which belongs to the Barnstormers, which means they would have to beat out the Ducks. The problem with beating out the Ducks is that currently, as this one is fouled off to the left side, 1 ball and 2 strikes to count here on Rosa. The Bees, after last night's extra inning loss, are in 3rd place in the Liberty Division, 6 games behind the Ducks. So they have to hop over Somerset, who's 4.5 games back, a game and a half ahead of the Bees, and then they'd have to hop over the Ducks. If Somerset should close the gap and win the second half again, that means the Ducks would be out. Well, out of the division race anyway. But then there would be 2 wild cards, and let's assume that for this purpose, that Somerset and the Skeeters also win the second half, which gives 2 wild card spots. So the first one would go to the Barnstormers, who have the second best overall record. And then it would be between the Bees and the Ducks for the second wild card spot. Now, right now, they are 3 games back of that wild card spot, which is certainly doable. They are 15 games back of the overall record, where the Ducks are 12, so 3 games back. But that's only if Somerset wins the division. Either way, they need to beat out the Ducks. This one is hit into center field. Jan Santi grabs it for the second out. 2 outs, none on here for Jamal Walton. So either way, they need to beat out the Ducks one way or the other. Now, the best bet, really, is to hope that Somerset wins the division over the Bees, over the Ducks, rather, and the Bees can overtake the Ducks in the wild card race. It's a lot to hope for. Somerset struggling right now, and the Ducks playing very well, and there's 21 games left after tonight. First pitch here by Wade to Walton. A strike on the inside corner. 0-1 the count. Wade gets the sign, kicks and deals. And this one is hit into left center field. And Rondon hauls it in for the final out. Little humpback line drive. 3 up. Stretch time. Get your peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I do care if you never come back. Skeeters and Bees are scoreless.
So there I was, just minding my own business when a hit and run. This guy came out of nowhere, bam, and he just kept going. Thankfully, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance was there with the right auto coverage for how and where I drive. So I was on my way in no time to witness the hit and run that really matter.
Now that's a moment worth covering. 877 Farm Bureau.
Skeeters fans, end your weekend with Skeeters baseball at Constellation Field for Sunday Fun Day. We have something for everyone. Play catch in the outfield, and your favorite Skeeters players will be signing autographs before the game. Also, after the game, all kids will be able to run the bases. Constellation Field has everything you need for a fun, family-friendly, affordable day at the ballpark. For more information, contact us at 281-240-HITS or visit us on the web at sugarlandskeeters.com.
G2G Family Shooting and Archery Range in Rosenberg wants to invite you to stop by and check out the cleanest, safest, and most enjoyable modern shooting range around. G2G is locally owned and operated by people who care about your range experience. They offer training in every aspect of shooting and archery skills and safety, including proper licensing and home defense training. Bring your family and friends together at G2G Shooting Range. It's fun and you'll be glad you did. 832-595-8415 or g2grange.com to find out more.
Matt Chavez will lead it off here for the Skeeters. Takes the first pitch for a strike. And no balls in 1 strike the count here. Chavez running out of time, trying to extend his hitting streak here to 15 games. So far 0 for 2. Should have one more at bat. This one is chopped foul off of third. Well, you never know. Skeeters get a run in the 8th. Or here, he might not bat again. See if Matt can make it 15 straight. Chavez comes in, batting .334, 11 home runs and 65 RBIs. This one is high and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Matt. Chavez has flied out and struck out. He's 0 for 2. He's got a shot at winning the a hit championship, but leading the league in hits here. Not quite the batting title. This one low and away, 2-2. Certainly not impossible for the batting title. I mean, he's 4th in the league at .334. The Ducks' Emilio Bonifacio is first at .348. There's still 20 games to go. Anybody can happen. You could get hotter. Chavez has really been consistently hot all year. Maybe Bonifacio goes into a slump, but he could lead the league in hits. Already career high. Comes in 2nd in the league in hits at 137. It's a shot to short. Will not extend the hitting streak. 6-3 on the putout. We'll see if Chavez gets another chance at it. So 1 out, none on. Dennis Phipps will step in. He has struck out and popped out. He is 0 for 2. Now, Phipps a hero last night. A walk-off win and a home run in the 10th inning. See if he can be a hero for the 2nd night in a row. 1 run might do it. Whoever blinks first is probably going to win this game. 1 out, none on. Scoreless game here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch to Phipps is fouled off. Let's see where Devin Burke is at. Let's see here. 85 pitches right now. 56 for strikes, so starting to come to the end of his night. Might be susceptible. So on a hot shot to third. Nice play. Spearing it to his left is Romero. A pirouette. Throw to first. In time. 5-3 on the putout. Burke has now retired 10 of the last 11. Rondon will bat here with 2 outs and none on, but Rondon could always make something happen. If he gets on, he'll steal second and a base hit. Next thing you know, you have the lead. You can go to your setup man and closer, or Wade for one more than your closer. Well, Wade, pitch count minimal. This one way inside, almost hits Rondon. Of course, he'll take one for the team, but rather not do it that way if he can avoid it. 1 ball and no strikes to count here, as Burke closes it on 90 pitches. Almost 2-to-1 strike to walk rate, strike to ball ratio. That last pitch was a ball, so 57 for strikes, 31 for balls. 2-0 now on Rondon. Alvaro, despite everything he does well, does not walk a ton. So on hit to the right side, right at the first baseman Rogers. He'll take it himself in another 3-out inning. That is the 3rd conventional 1-2-3 inning, 4th in all. And we are moving to the top of the 8th when we get back. Still a scoreless game here from Sugar Land between the Bees and the Skeeters in the Battle of the Buzz.
Available female is seeking a long-term relationship with someone I can depend on. For someone that I can trust and feel safe with. For someone that isn't just after me for my money. Someone who is ASC certified and can handle all my automotive needs.
Christian Brothers Automotive is the perfect match for you. Located in New Territory right behind the Randalls. Christian Brothers is locally owned and operated by Kelly Adams. You can trust Kelly to take the fear out of auto care. Her number is 281-242-2886 to start your new relationship today.
I'm curious to find out because I
Hey
have
fans,
$50
come bring the family
in
for
this
one of the most
envelope
exciting
for
nights
a
of the week
season
here at
ticket
Constellation
holder
Field.
out there.
Firework
Let's
Fridays, where we celebrate our
where
Skeeters
we're
like
gonna
it's the 4th of July.
Well, I'm heading this way. I just saw
With music
some
and a fantastic
celebration
fireworks show
in
after
section 10.
each and every
I think we won
Friday
some
home game.
50-50
That's
money,
included with your ticket
but
purchase.
I'm also
We'll be
going
doing
to
this
section
every
10
Friday
for Show
through
Me
the
the Money
entire
Night.
Skeeter season.
Section
So
10.
start off your weekend with a bang. For
There
more
you go.
information,
All right,
contact us
let's
at
see. I am
281-240-HITS or visit us on the web at sugarlandskeeters.com.
Saturdays at 4 p.m., it's the Top 40 Block Party on Sweet 96, sponsored in part by your Plumber for Life, Steinmetz Plumbing in Richmond. They're called your Plumber for Life because once you've used Steinmetz, you'll never use anyone else. They are fast, efficient re-pipe specialists. And for any plumbing emergency, it's Steinmetz. For quality of work, fair pricing, and a wonderful customer service experience, it's Steinmetz Plumbing, yourplumberforlife.com, or 281-620-9200.
Connor Wade, 7 shutout innings so far. Will begin the 8th by facing 6, 7, and 8. Jamar Walton, Jonathan Galvez, and Ryan Wagner. First pitch here, swung and missed. No balls and 1 strike to count. No runs on 5 hits for the Bees. No runs on 3 hits for your Skeeters. The 0-1 here from Wade. This one swung and fouled back to the screen. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Walton struck out looking and flied it to center. One of 3 strikeout victims Wade has. Wade doesn't walk a lot of guys. He doesn't strike out a lot of guys. He just gets a lot of guys out. I think that's overlooked in this day and age. The 0-2. I mean, how can an organization not use a guy like this? Most strikeouts he's had in a game this year is 5, and he did that once. That was back against the Roadrunners on 6-15. He struck out 4 in each of the last 2 times out. The 1-2. This one poked down the third base line. Just foul to the left of the bag. Just a slow roller is going away from Silverio. Wade now at 85 pitches. 60 for strikes, 25 for balls, so better than a 2-to-1 strike-to-ball ratio. 1-2 the count here on Walton. Walton came in 282 with 10 home runs and 50 RBIs for Jamar. Walton hitting a ton right now. There's the attendance for the evening, brought to you by Tyler Stamm. 3,113. This one hit out on a line to right field. Luke Dykstra runs it down. And there is out number 1. So 1 out, none on. 4 in a row now retired by Wade. Jonathan Galvez will come in. Galvez is, and he's just crushing the ball. Hitting at a .419 pace. Going 13 for his last 31. Home run and 9 RBIs over his last 10 ball games. Open stats from the right side. First pitch here is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. I think either way, this is Connor Wade's last inning. Action beginning in the Skeeters pen. Gene Machi starts throwing down there, the former big leaguer. Right back to Wade, high atop the mound. Tosses it underhand to first. And there's 2 down. 5 in a row retired by Wade. That is the 3rd time tonight he has done that. Well, that'll bring in Ryan Wagner, the right-hand hitting catcher, with 2 outs and none on, as Wade looks for his 2nd straight 1-2-3 inning. Oh, in steps Wagner, who came in batting .244 with a home run and 7 RBIs. Wagner is 4 for his last 10 and even for 100. I just want to strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike to count. Looks like it's going to be a nice sunset. All right, back to Wade again. Fielding his position well. Jogs to first, flips it underhand, and that'll do it. 2nd straight 1-2-3 inning, 4th and all for Wade. And in the middle of the 8th, Skeeters and Bees.
Spring Free Trampoline. The perfect way to go outside and be active. Your family will enjoy the thrill of a trampoline that keeps them safe and engaged all year long, right in your backyard. Visit us in Katy or online at www.springfreetrampoline.com. Smart in safety, smart in quality, smart in innovation. Spring Free Trampoline.
Hey, what's for dinner tonight? That's probably the hardest question we all answer every day. May I suggest La Cocina Mexican Restaurant, dine in or take away. They have the best Mexican food in the area, and it's all handmade from scratch. Try their famous street tacos. The Fiesta Packs are unbeatable, and delivery is provided. Located at 515 FM 359, or for even quicker service or reservations, 281-238-0872. That's 281-238-0872.
Let's cheer her on as she runs out there.
Hi, I'm Ira Lehman, voice of the Sugarland Skeeters. Join me every Friday night to hear Skeeters Baseball live on Sweet 96, Sugarland's only radio station. Listen each Friday night when the Skeeters are both at home and on the road on 96.1 FM for the Friday night game of the week. Follow the drive for the 2018 Atlantic League Championship as the Skeeters and Sweet 96 team up for the first time.
Sugarland, it doesn't get any sweeter.
Well, new pitcher on the hill for the Bees is Brandon Beachy. Saw him the other night. 31-year-old Beachy, number 22, is 6'2", 220 from Marietta, Georgia. Former big leaguer. Spent time in the Dodgers organization last. Take a look at his numbers. Beachy, no record, a 3.85 ERA. This is 6th appearance, all in relief. 4 2/3, 4 Ks, a walk, and 4 hits. Last time out against the Skeeters in Game 1. In the Bees' E3 victory, 1 perfect inning. No runs, no hits, no walks, 1 K. First pitch here to Luke Dykstra is low and away, 1-0. Here in the bottom of the 8th, if a scoreless tie, Luke Dykstra, Daniel Robertson, then back to the top of the order with Barrett Barnes. 8 combined hits, no runs on 5 for the Bees, no runs on 3 for the Skeeters. The 1-0 here from the right-hander. Beachy's pitch is a strike at the knees, 1-1, and Dykstra can't believe it. I don't blame him. Looked like to be around his ankles by the time that landed. Take a look at the night from Devin Burke. Really phenomenal. 7 shutout innings of 3-hit baseball, 1 walk, 3 Ks, but not be involved in the victory. Ground ball to short. Condi backhands it. The shortstop fires it to first in time. 6-3 on the putout between Beachy and Burke. Sounds like a law firm. 5 in a row, now retired in 11 of the last 12. 1 out, none out for Daniel Robertson. 167, no home runs, and 1 RBI. I mentioned Beachy, a former big leaguer, spent time with the Braves from 2010 through 2013, then spent some time with the Dodgers a little bit in 2015. Big league numbers of 14-12, a 3.36 ERA, and 48 career big league appearances. Minor league totals, 7 seasons, 16-9, a 2.74 ERA. As this one is a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike to count. Beachy delivers the 0-1 here, and Robertson takes it in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. A 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, no score here in the bottom of the 8th. Skeeters trying to strike first. Beachy from Kokomo, Indiana originally. This one, a bullet down the third base line. That is a fair ball. That'll rattle around in the corner. Around first, heading for second is Robertson. And he's going to make it there with a double. Big turn. Holds on. And now the Skeeters have the go-ahead run down at second. That is a big hit by Robertson, because if he scores, Skeeters can go right to Felipe Paulino, the Atlantic League save leader. And speak of Paulino, he's already warming up in the bullpen. So let's see if the clutch Barrett Barnes can come through here as we go back to the top of the order. Barnes has walked, struck out, and grounded out. In fact, he got thrown out the plate in the first inning, which now, looking back, was huge. Both teams have had a runner cut down to the plate. Jan Santi cut down 4 at the plate. Barnes hitting an even 200 with runners in scoring position and 2 outs, but a home run and 12 RBIs. Barnes will step in here. Came in batting .259, 12 home runs, 48 RBIs. Beachy's best year was in 2011 in the bigs. Pretty impressive, 7-3 with a 3.68 ERA. Struck at 169 and 141 and 2/3 while walking just 46. No score here in the bottom of the 8th. Beachy did not play last year. This one in the dirt, and Robertson's going to try for third. The throw not in time. Wide throw by the catcher, Wagner, after they got away from him. It'll be a wild pitch, and now the go-ahead run down at third base. Now a sac fly by Barnes. They give the Skeeters a 1-0 lead and then get to their closer, Paulino. Looks like the Bees are going to bring in the infield here. And yep, that's what it looks like. Skeeters mascot Swatson trying to rile up the crowd. Infield in for the Bees. The 1-1 here to Barnes. Swung on and hit in the air to left on a line. Robertson's going to tag. Here comes the throw from Rosa. It'll be cut off, and the Skeeters take a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the 8th. What a shot by Barnes. A line drive bullet deep enough to score Robertson. Sack fly RBI as the clutch Barnes comes through here for RBI number 49 on the season. And now whatever the Skeeters do here is just a bonus, as Polino will try to close it out in the ninth. Anthony Jansanti will try to get the Skeeters some insurance. Remember, insurance runs brought to you by Texas Farm Bureau. Texas Farm Bureau members get free tickets to Skeeter games on Sundays. Just show proof of your current membership at the Skeeters TDECU ticket office, and you can get 2 free tickets to any Sunday home game. Visit your local agent to become a member today. First pitch to Anthony is in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Beachy had Tommy John surgery. And it's missing all of last year. 1 ball and no strikes to Jansanti. In fact, he had Tommy John surgery twice. That is brutal to go through that once, let alone twice. Swung on a miss, 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Went to Indiana Wesleyan University in college. A teammate of Brandon Moore while there. Was selected by the Mets in the 14th round in 2008. Beachy, the oldest of 7 siblings. Helped his high school baseball team win the AA state championship in Indiana. This one is hit into right field. Walton, the right fielder, moving towards the line. Does he have room? Yes, as he disappears from my view behind the grandstand. Brings it down in foul territory for the second out. Outs, none on. Excuse me, that was the 3rd out, and that'll do it. Well, it's Felipe finishing time as the Atlantic League save leader will try to take another step closer to the Skeeters single season save record. Teammate now Dirk Loop has that record. We'll see if he can get save number 28 on his way to the record of 32. When we get back here in just a moment, Skeeters leading 1-0.
Available female is seeking a long-term relationship with someone I can depend on. For someone that I can trust and feel safe with. For someone that isn't just after me for my money. Someone who is ASC certified and can handle all my automotive needs.
Christian Brothers Automotive is the perfect match for you. Located in new territory right behind the Randalls, Christian Brothers is locally owned and operated by Kelly Adams. You can trust Kelly to take the fear out of auto care. Her number is 281-242-2886 to start your new relationship today.
Has your home or commercial insurance claim been denied or underpaid? At Morgan Elite Specialist Services, we know that the insurance claim process can be stressful. Our public adjusters have the experience to make this process as smooth, easy, and comfortable as possible, so you can get on with enjoying the things you're protecting. Learn more by visiting us online at messtx.com. That's MESSTX.com. Or call us today at 855-445-3404. We truly look forward to meeting you.
G2G Family Shooting and Archery Range in Rosenberg wants to invite you to stop by and check out the cleanest, safest, and most enjoyable modern shooting range around. G2G is locally owned and operated by people who care about your range experience. They offer training in every aspect of shooting and archery skills and safety, including proper licensing and home defense training. Bring your family and friends together at G2G Shooting Range. It's fun and you'll be glad you did. 832-595-8415 or g2grange.com to find out more.
Hi, I'm Kim Holstead with Coldwell Banker United Realtors in Sugar Land. Go Skeeters!
Well, Skeeters get a run in the bottom of the 8th and have a chance for a 1-0 victory here. Be their second straight 1-run win if Felipe Paulino can close it down. Let's take a closer look at the Skeeters closer, a 34-year-old right-hander. Number 39 is 6'3", 270 from Caracas, Venezuela. Spent last year with the Skeeters as well. Former big leaguer, 12 years as a pro. So far this season, he's been spectacular. He's 2-1 with a .59 ERA, 47th appearance, 27 saves. First batter is the number 9 hitter, Vicente Condi, and he takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. Paulino, even more impressively, in 45 1/3 innings pitched this year, 61 strikeouts, walking just 18, so a better than 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio and 20 hits. But wait, there's more. This one is low and away. They appealed it to go no, 1-1. He has a whip of .84. The 1-1 by Paulino, a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. One ball and 2 strikes. Paulino looking to get out number 1 here. Skeeters pitching has retired 6 straight. The 1-1, and now Connor Wade's effort will not go wasted if Paulino can close it out here. This one is fouled over the Skeeters dugout. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Let's see what Wade did, and I got to tell you, it was impressive. Wade, 8 shutout innings of 5-hit baseball, no walks and 3 strikeouts. Really unbelievable. Two balls and 2 strikes to count here on Condi, who has struck out both times up. Paulino from the stretch. Well set up inside, and the 2-2 right down the middle. Froze him with a great off-speed pitch. There's a strikeout for Paulino. First K, 1 away. The Skeeters are 2 outs away. Well, Condi has struck out all 3 times up. Skeeters pitchers only struck out 4, and 3 of them are Condi. The other lone strikeout to Jamal Walton. Now back to the top of the order with the speedy and pesky Darren Ford, who is 3 for 3. 2 singles, one of them an infield single, and a double. But he is really the difference in this game for the Bees. He got caught stealing, a guy who is lightning quick and a former big leaguer, and he has 30 steals, tied for 3rd in the league with Alvaro Rondon. And then he got thrown out at the plate on a single by Angelo Sanco. Well, potentially 2 runs, which would be a lead right now. First pitch here is a strike. No balls and 1 strike to count. One run on 4 hits for your Skeeters. No runs on 5 hits for the Bees. The 0-1. Swollen and foul back. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Let's see if Paulino can polish off Ford here. He's one of those pesky hitters, even when you have him down. No balls and 2 strikes. Paulino looks in for the sign. Let's see if Cordero sets up outside again here. Paulino from the stretch. They set up inside. The 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. Paulino features a fastball, 90-93 in a 5-pitch arsenal for a closer. Pretty impressive. The former big league starter. Also features a changeup, a slider, a curveball, and a sinker. And he will throw any one of those pitches on any count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, none on. Top of the 9th. Skeeters are leading 1-0. Skeeters won in dramatic fashion yesterday. Bottom of the 10th. Walk-off win. Home run by Dennis Phipps. Hit the foul pole. The 1-2. Low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Ford steps out of the box, wipes the brow. Paulino, 5 straight scoreless appearances, 14 of the last 15. Last time out was last night in the 2-1 win. Did not get a save in the walk-off. 1 scoreless, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, way inside, 3-2. And Paulino was ahead of Ford 0-2. Now runs the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. You'd hate to walk to Speedy Ford because this game changes instantly because you're going to have to worry about him stealing, and he is going to go at some point. It's not a matter of if, just a matter of when. Let's see if Paulino can challenge him here. He's a guy, even though he's a former big league, challenge him. He's not going to kill you with a home run. He's not the type of hitter, more of a slap hitter. And Ford, something in his eye, steps out again here. Now it looks like he's ready. Payoff pitch coming from Paulino. Skeeters all-star closer. Looking for save number 28. A 3-2. Swanee hit right at Matt Chavez. Had it played perfectly. He was actually far over in left. Once again, Pete Incaviglia with his great defensive strategies has Chavez played absolutely perfectly. A line drive bullet to Chavez, and there's the second out. And the Skeeters are up 1-0, are 1 out away from a 1-0 shutout. Now, the only thing standing between Paulino, a save, and a Skeeters win is Angelo Sanco. Sanco actually singled when Ford was thrown at the plate in his last at-bat in the 6th. He is also fouled out and lined out. Let's see if Paulino can wrap it up here with a 3-up, 3-down ninth. First pitch, big swing and a miss. Strike one, no balls and 1 strike to count here. Sugarlandian 1-run games this year are 18-11 after last night's victory. And the Bees, who do not score a lot, are 16-15. This one swung on past Paulino. Robertson dives, can't get to it. Just out of the reach of the second baseman. Oh, Angelo Sanco, not a fast guy, so no need to worry. But now we face the dangerous Davidson Romero, who had 4 RBIs in Game 1. And the Bees won 8-3. And Sanco, I mentioned slow, so they're going to get a pinch runner here. That is Vinny Sienna, who was unfortunately named after a crayon color. Oh, Sienna will run here. Check out the speed of Vinny. He's in Connecticut, so people refer to him now as, "Hey, Vinny." Well, he's 2 for 3 in stolen bases, so it's not gone very often. It may go here, though. Don't want to make the final out at second, though, so you better be sure. First pitch to the right-handed Romero. This one misses inside 1-0. Skeeter is also very impressive with that bullpen of theirs. Their record when leading after 8 innings, they are 58-1. Only the Blue Crabs are better, 31-0. I'll take 58-1. That's a lot more wins. Actually, I'm sorry. Somerset is 46-0 when leading after 8. They have a good closer as well. 1 ball and no strikes to count here to Romero. Game in at 263, 15 home runs, 65 RBIs. A righty-righty matchup here for Paulino. The 1-0. This one a fastball strike on the outside corner, 1-1. On the other end of the spectrum, the Bees, when trailing after 8 innings, are 4-38. Not what you would call good. Patriots, amazingly, are 0-36, as are the Revolution. The 1-1. Swung and a miss, strike 2. Chased the ball low and away, and Paulino is 1 strike away. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Skeeters leading 1-0 here in the top of the ninth. Paulino needs 1 more strike to wrap it up and put a bow on it. Paulino from the stretch. They set up outside. The 1-2 is low. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on. 1-0 Skeeters here in the top of the ninth. It was scoreless through 7. And Barrett Barnes delivered a clutch sac fly RBI after a double by former big leaguer Daniel Robertson. That wild pitch that sent him to third was huge because Barnes lined out to left. Would have been out number 2 and no run score. The 2-2 by Polino on the outside corner, strike 3, and that's the game. Skeeters win 1-0. Final numbers look like this. 1 run on 4 hits and no errors for the Skeeters. No runs, 6 hits, and 1 error for the Bees. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back for the post-game show. We'll give you all the final numbers, preview Tuesday's Game 1 matchup against Southern Maryland, and Jessica Munoz will have our player of the game. All that and more when we return on the Skeeters post-game show in a moment.
Available female is seeking a long-term relationship with someone I can depend on. For someone that I can trust and feel safe with. For someone that isn't just after me for my money. Someone who is ASC certified and can handle all my automotive needs.
Christian Brothers Automotive is the perfect match for you. Located in new territory right behind the Randalls, Christian Brothers is locally owned and operated by Kelly Adams. You can trust Kelly to take the fear out of auto care. Her number is 281-242-2886 to start your new relationship today.
So there I was, just minding my own business when a hit and run. This guy came out of nowhere, bam, and he just kept going. Thankfully, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance was there with the right auto coverage for how and where I drive. So I was on my way in no time to witness the hit and run that really matter.
Now that's a moment worth covering. 877 Farm Bureau.
Every Saturday home game at Constellation Field will feature a giveaway or a post-game concert for fans in attendance. Giveaway nights include such items as hats, SWATs and Star Wars bobbleheads, a Tracy McGrady bobblehead, and much, much more. While the post-game concerts feature artist 80s sensation The Spasmatics, country bands with Roger Krieger and Jack Ingram, and even a Jimmy Buffett cover band. For a full lineup, visit SugarlandSkeeters.com for more information. Sugarland Skeeters, it's more than baseball.
Welcome to the Skeeters post-game show. An excited Ira Liebman as the Skeeters win a thrilling 1-0 victory. Second night in a row, a walk-off 10th inning home run by Dennis Phipps yesterday. A 1-0 victory here today. Final numbers look like this. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for the Skeeters. No runs, 6 hits, and 1 error for the Bees. For the Skeeters, that was their 13th shutout of the year. As this amazing pitching staff just continues to roll on. In fact, the Skeeters came in with a team ERA at 3.13. Connor Wade, the story in this one, 8 shutout innings. Wade gets the victory. He's the first Skeeter to get 8 wins. He has 8-4. James Russell tomorrow will have a shot at 8 wins as well. Paulino gets his 28th save of the season. Now he is just 4 saves off the Skeeters' single-season save record, held by Derek Loop, who has 32. Former big leaguer Brandon Beachy takes the loss. He is 0-1. Time of the game, 2 hours and 8 minutes in front of 3,113 fans here at Constellation Field. Let's tell you how this one happened. It was a scoreless game through 7 innings. But really the 2 plays that changed this game, Darren Ford, after doubling, was thrown out at the plate on a great throw by Anthony Jansanti to keep the game scoreless. But in the first inning, Barrett Barnes was thrown at the plate as well. We were scoreless through 7, but in the 8th, the Skeeters broke through. After 1 out, Daniel Robertson doubled, and then it was a wild pitch that sent him to third, and then Barrett Barnes with the clutch sac fly RBI, and it was 1-0. Skeeters. Paulino came in after 8 shutout innings by Wade. After striking out Vicente Condi, he would then get Darren Ford to line out a single by Angelo Sanco. Vinny Siena came in as a pinch runner, and then Paulino ended it with his 28th save by striking out Romero, who is not pleased to say the least on the strike 3 call that ended the game. In fact, he kicked dirt on the plate, but the Skeeters get their 13th shutout of the year. Well, standing by with one of the hitting stars, former big leaguer Daniel Robertson, standing by with her own Jessica Munoz. J. Moon.
Thanks, Ira. I'm down here with tonight's player of the game, second baseman Daniel Robertson. 1 for 3, run scored. That big run scored turned out to be the game. What was working for you tonight? What were you able to see to be able to come home and get that win for the Skeeters tonight?
I don't know if I have anything specific to point at, but I just got to pitch out front, and luckily it stayed fair. Really, it was more lucky than anything that I had to do with it. But I feel like the at bat that was better was Barrett's. He'll be able to stay on a slider, hit it to left, and drive me in.
And before Barrett's, you were able to use your speed to get to third base in order to get that sacrifice fly for the run.
Yeah, I was just trying to find a ball in the dirt, find a way to get to third base, make it easier on Barrett. And luckily he threw a ball in the dirt and it took a good bounce, and I was able to get there.
And that double, a good hit tonight. You've been off to kind of a slow start with the Skeeters. Do you think that's going to turn it around for you?
Absolutely. I mean, it's 9 games. I've been playing this game a long time, and I feel like once you get a couple hard hit contact, you just want the rest of them to fall, and I think they'll start falling sooner than later.
And you mentioned it is only a couple games. What do you think you can bring here to the Skeeters?
Just play hard, play baseball the right way, and just try to help the team win. And I feel like anytime there's more people trying to help the team win, I think you got a better chance.
And last night and tonight, 2 close games, get the series win. What does that mean for the team's momentum?
It always means great. Come out here and win a series in front of the fans, but I think most importantly, good teams find a way to win in close games, and I feel like they've been able to do that. 71 wins, I think it was. I know I've only been here for 10 games, but that's a lot of wins. So I feel like they've been doing a good job all year, and I just try to come in and do my part.
Joining the team at the right time. Congratulations. Great game tonight. Thanks for taking some time with us.
No problem. Thank you very much. Have a great night.
Back up to you, Ira.
Thanks, Jessica. Well, the Skeeters with a 1-0 win. Player of the game, Daniel Robertson. And the Skeeters 1-0 victory. Well, he is right. That was the 71st win of the year for the Skeeters. They're climbing closer and closer to 40 games over 500. It's unbelievable. 71-36 now. They also get their 30th win here in the second half. The Freedom Division champs here in the second half, leading the way. Now at 6.5 games with the Barnstormers losing tonight. They are 30-14. The Bees, unfortunately, dropped to 500 in the second half, 22-22. The Bees are now 55-42 overall. Well, tomorrow the Skeeters have off, but on Tuesday, game 1 of a 3-game series against the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs in this 10-game homestand. They have yet to name a starter for Tuesday, but the Skeeters will send out their lefty, former big leaguer James Russell, who is 7-3 with a 2.33 ERA. Well, the Skeeters, another incredible win here for Sugarland, as they win this by a final score of 1-0. Again, the Skeeters are off tomorrow, but it will be a 7:05 first pitch on a 2 for Tuesday. We'll be on the air with the pregame show at 6:45. So enjoy the rest of your evening, and we will see you Tuesday night.